But, well, that was worth the attempt, at least.
It was worth the attempt, because now you know.
Yeah. Knowing things, I should probably close this, because that's going to be consuming. I don't think I can afford
What
that
are we
level
closing?
of... Brave browser. Well, outside of, Boopty Boops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which probably killed a couple AFK people, but it's fine.
You know, sometimes the
I
AFKers just,
I don't need to worry about numbers anymore, is it? Because what's it called? I've already got affiliate. I don't need to worry about numbers.
yeah. Well,
That's the only time where it's particularly, unless
as
you're
long
trying to
as
do this like as like a full-time shtick, which I'm not. You
I'm
don't need to worry.
thinking about it, but
And also like
you know,
50% of like a good luck getting this to be a full-time shtick, because you know
mhm.
that like you have to put in presumably put in as much effort, if not more, than a regular job to at least like get
Mhm.
started. And you need to be lucky, and you need to be really good.
Yeah.
So
But luckily, both of us are really good.
yeah, but like neither of us like have the hours in. Like you have to properly treat it like a nine
I'm
to five,
starting.
just constantly grinding. And I don't know if either of our health we can do that.
I mean, I'm starting to do it as
Yeah,
much as I can.
yeah.
Like
And,
usually, I've been doing really good on keeping the schedule, kind of.
hmm. I'm not saying that like as like a criticism to you. It's just like a
Yeah,
owie. Hours are
yeah.
hard.
Hours are indeed hard. I almost invited Omak in.
That would be a truly chaotic stream.
Mm. So we were talking about how the new Loki skin. You should look at it.
Yes.
He is definitely Mr. Steal Your Boyfriend, Steal Your Girlfriend, Steal Your
Loki
They Them,
is
Steal
steel.
Your Significant Other. I actually watched Thor: The Dark World the other day because my friend had never seen it,
For the full world.
and Thor: The Dark World,
No,
and
no.
it's like one of the worst Marvel movies in my opinion because it's just the plot is all over the place. It doesn't make sense. The only good thing about that movie is Loki, really.
Okay, but like the movie's called For the Full World. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Thor: The Thor World. I'm
Mm,
sorry.
yeah, exactly. Because it's a movie that has four in it.
Yeah, but funnily enough, like most of the movie is actually screen time on his like girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean it is a movie of all time, right? Like people romanticize back in the day with Marvel movies. There were some absolute
No,
stinkers back in
there were some
the
absolute bombs. Thor: The Dark World. Uh, the first Incredible Hulk movie. Um,
People didn't
the
like
one that
Iron
is
Man
somewhere
like
Ruffalo.
2 and 3. Like people didn't
I
like.
like 2 and 3.
I'm not saying that I don't like them. I'm saying people like did not like a lot of the Iron Man movies. Is it the robe of relaxation? The skin, by any chance?
Yeah, yeah.
That he
Look at him.
they really not.
Look at how
I
big
mean,
it is.
they know how to get people to buy skins. Is what I'm gonna say.
I'm putting us in queue.
Okay.
Just wait until you see it in game.
I refuse to spend money on a free game. I've decided this is a rule, unless I'm gonna put like
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
500 hours in it.
Oh, so you'll spend money on Valorant then?
I'm not gonna put 500 hours into Valorant.
I don't know. That's not the way it's been looking recently.
Again, like, just because I wasn't doing great, so it's like a zero brain cell game. What's a zero brain cell game in Valorant?
I don't know.
Oh, what's a Vanguard? Oh god, they're the tanks. I don't know how to Vanguard. You know, Venom doesn't look too hard. Right. Question, what does Venom do?
Sure, buddy. Venom more dives backline and just is generally annoying.
Then why is he a Vanguard?
I
30 seconds before you attack.
that's what Vanguards do. They dive backline
I
and
thought
tank
Vanguard were tanky
damage.
people.
They are tanky people, but they also dive backline.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do much of that, because, like, we have one tank.
Protect the healer.
Yeah. To be fair, if they're dead, they can't hurt us, but that is the funny
Yeah.
form of tanking.
I'm like the worst person to ask about Vanguard, though.
Yeah. I mean, no one plays tank in hero shooters these days. It's now the least...
That's not true. Jig plays tank. And so does Rund when we get him, but I don't... I'm streaming early today, so I can go spend time with people if they want to.
Makes sense. Okay, what just happened?
Everybody
what-
say happy birthday, Panda.
Hmm?
Never mind. My brain's not working.
I do not understand
Do you
what's
know how to
going on.
make a brain work?
No,
I don't
I'm
know what's
I'm
going on.
also chugging a bit today. I don't know if that's Wi-Fi
We're
or
both
if that's computer. It's probably both.
It might be both, because laptop.
Yeah, laptop gaming.
We like laptop gaming.
I mean, it's convenient. Oh yeah. I'm just more thinking. Actually, we could be in the US of A, and then it'll just be a Wi-Fi thing.
Oh, yeah, I could switch over to EU.
Your choice. I don't really mind too much. Like
Dude, the Luna Snow is a Twitch streamer.
oh my gosh.
Ruby, thank you for the headpats! You're more than welcome to join us after this match if you wanna.
I don't know what that is.
So,
Ah.
Spider-Man, you're so buns. What an Adventure Time level insult.
And I'm all here for it, right? It's a diving
I
strike.
love Adventure Time level insults.
I'm all for creative insults, right? Like, you know, you can swear at someone all day,
Ice
and
King, you're so
no one will remember
buns.
that. Oh, thanks. Okay, cool. That's neat. I like that.
I might have to switch to...
Yeah, we are kind of getting spawn camped. And my
might have to switch
inability
to
to
mid.
play any of these guys probably doesn't help. What do you do, Strange?
Oh, Strange is apparently supposed to be really easy.
Cool. I might switch onto El Doctor.
If you want, we can switch and I can learn how to play tank.
No, that's fine. Like, someone, like, I'm happy to just figure out new stuff because, like, we're not on like super sweat time, so. Hi,
Well,
hi,
in
I am
about
Quack.
40 minutes, is that okay? Also,
I've been
Quack.
omnyommed.
yes, it's Quack. I've also been omnyommed. Yeah,
Yeah.
40 minutes is fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Take
I mean,
your time.
we're relatively early into stream anyway, so.
We were just fucking around for a bit,
Yeah,
trying to figure out shit.
I gave myself a new redeem. I played some Pokemon.
He did play some Pokemon, and I've just been trying to wake up. I had a cup of coffee today. I don't know why I can't wake up.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
But I think it's just because it might be hotter out. Okay. You know. Yeah.
Excellent forms, dear Mantis.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't hear you for a bit, so.
I am ready to put on a show.
I am strengthened for battle.
Yeah. Yeah. Though the other day your mute bind switched. So you were muted, you were unmuted when you were muted, and you were muted when you were unmuted, and I was like, hey, I hope you know you're muted while you're ordering your salmon pasta. I was curious, actually. I wanted some. I went and made, yeah, I went and made we made meatballs after that, so I also had pasta. Mm. Meatball. I don't know, but I need the Spider-Man off me. I don't know.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Well, you can't expect to win
It's warm up, doesn't count. Mm. Turbo. Don't run silent mode again. Mm. Do you have Steam open? Oh, right, YouTube Studio. Do you happen to have Riot, Vanguard, and because Vanguard opens when your computer starts. Wah, wah. Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Which is, yeah, I have the turbo mode, but it makes your fan go really loud.
No, I was muted. That worked. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Okay, I was muted on stream. It's just VTube Studio does not agree with Rivals.
Oh,
But it still went off for... Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the follow.
hi.
I'm
We're
doing
doing okay.
well.
How are
How's
you?
you? Please don't tell me this is a script.
I feel like it's a script.
Yeah, the instant. Hey, follow. How you doing? If it's not, I apologize.
It happened to me the other day.
I've activated turbo mode. It's not picking up on the mic, I think.
Mm,
Yeah, so I guess we'll be turbo for now. Uh,
turbo.
you know, do,
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick while you
you
fix
know,
your computer.
I might also toilet break.
Peep wake. Peep wake.
Hmm.
I'm back. Hello, chat. Did you know that your Goomba misses you guys when he's gone? I
Hello.
do. I miss you guys. Oh no. He came back during my private talk
Oh no,
with our chats. Oh no.
you're scheming against me.
No, I was telling chat about how I miss them when I'm not here.
Why is there an exclamation mark on this community? I don't want to join whatever this is. Nor do I want to join their Discord. I'm in enough Discords. This is why we share a Discord. I don't want to enter any more Discords, but I have to.
Somebody wished me happy birthday for a cake that on my Discord that's for someone else.
What? Is it your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
Oh, is it someone else's birthday?
Yes, it's somebody else's birthday.
Who do we need to... Is it the Rund birthday?
Yeah.
I should send him a happy birthday.
I don't know. He might be okay with that. He might not be. I'll see. I'll see for you.
Okay.
I don't know if he wants people to know.
I mean, we are currently on stream.
Shit. Hey, I love my significant other very much. Chat, and I talk about him nonstop. I have no filter. let's not worry about that. Let's move on from this topic. Uh, uh,
If I want to take it to a boop and then a boop and then there's a bigger Gumi in the corner instead of a smaller Gumi at the bottom of the screen.
a big Gumi.
Just because.
Talk about them more. My significant other is the funniest, sweetest, kindest, most awesome person ever. Nobody makes me smile or laugh more. And nobody else lives in my head quite as rent-free.
See other magical adepts.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
He plays video games with me when my computer isn't broken, and only he's like, I really only play Dead by Daylight when I'm playing with you. And he sits there and plays video games for me, so I can watch him.
Battle starts in 5.
So I can watch him when I don't feel good. And he sat and watched Sherlock with me. He watches Doctor Who with me. We haven't done that in a while, but just to keep me company. And he just sits there for hours at a time while I just sit there and yap at him. Make sure when I'm feeling insecure about things, he makes sure that I shouldn't be. He's like, no, you're okay.
I was setting up some city block push.
Mm.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone in by myself.
Yeah, really.
But I'm the Vanguard. That's also kind of what I'm supposed to do.
I don't know if I can heal you fast enough. Speaking of significant others, how's yours?
Yeah, good. They're pretty
Because
busy.
now I'm gonna throw you under the
They're
bus
pretty busy
too.
at the moment because university go brr.
Can you please reply to me in chat? We did. We said we were fine.
Oh,
And
they might
went to the
just they
bathroom.
might not have like as in text chat. Is probably what they're asking, which we can't really do during Rivals.
Yeah.
Not that
Sorry,
sort
I
of
can't
game.
do that.
I'll drop that message in like not playing the sort of game where one can do that particularly often.
Yeah.
Hey, can you fuckers get Spider-Man off my
Remember
foot,
how we talked
please?
about how we shouldn't go into the enemy's line?
Yeah, I also forgot. Apparently, I don't have in-game audio off, which I probably should have it off because you never know what you're gonna run into in a game. especially if you're streaming.
I never really hear it because I have the PS5. But
Yeah, I should turn that off. I'll do that when I die.
I was playing with Wedgie the other day. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jiggy, Wedgie, and I played.
Hey, all I... There's apparently Wedgie crashes out really bad in this game.
No, he was actually very lovely.
Yeah. Just from like being in Discord calls where he's playing it with someone or no one. I've seen him crash out at Overwatch as well. So just like I know he can crash out kind of bad
I
when it
think
comes
I've
to
been
games.
there for an Overwatch crash out, but never
No.
Oh shit.
And Strange doesn't seem particularly hard at all. And it's also
I mean,
just like
I think he's a 2-star difficulty.
yeah.
Did you drop that chat message or should I?
I haven't dropped it. I was gonna do it when I died. Long on top of muting. Not deafening, even like what? Oh wait, I can fly. I forget this. I can go wee. Hello, enemy. Unusual, I suppose. Okay, yeah, I'm getting owied thoroughly. This is large amounts of owies. Okay.
Okay, I did it, but you
Yeah.
could probably explain.
Yeah.
I need clothes. I need to turn off my audio because I can hear myself through my headphones.
Ring. Okay.
Not that we won't reply to chat verbally, just that.
Well, it should be A rather than and, but like whatever.
Look.
Wait, did I? Okay, no, I'm just standing here and apparently bad stuff is happening, so I don't really have I can't really do the deafening thing right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no one said anything in chat since, but like, especially like I don't want someone to just drop a slur and get me
neglected.
banned instantly.
Yeah.
I played enough Team Defense Fortress for second installment to be terrified of that.
Yeah. Team Defense Fortress of the second installment.
Yeah, well, the game's called.
That is not what the game is
I'm pretty sure that's what the game's called. Where am I getting shot from?
They want to tell you something, Quack.
Go for it. I will tell them once I have the ability to tell them that. I'm still confused upon like.
This feels body.
Oh, they get just a still extra version of them that you can hit, I guess. Sure. What is that? That doesn't look friendly. Oh, that is friendly, apparently. I mean, that does look ominous as can be.
This human torch is the bane of my existence.
They told us to disappear, which isn't very nice of them. Like, what if I don't want it, huh?
It's okay, it's better than you are nothing.
That's true. Yep, that
God.
is a bot.
Oh, I didn't make it quite out. Oh. Get banned. Do you want me to ban them?
Give him like a timeout, I suppose. I mean, it's probably a bot. It's a bot. Yeah, just ban him, I suppose.
I don't know if it bans them in both of our chats, but
Yeah.
we're losing this match anyway, so.
Oh wait, we're 99-99 overtime.
I will
Yeah,
do it.
I will
in
do
just a
that now.
second.
Nah, because I just died, so it's fine. I can.
Did we come back and win that? Oh no,
No.
no we didn't.
You know, no. I've given it a timeout for some reason because I clicked the wrong button, but I do not think.
Johnny Torch is just jumping in the air.
I think I
Yeah,
timed them
I'm,
out for 1
Lord
second,
Iron
which
Man,
should
but
not be the
Slave
default.
Rocket because you guys
No,
are
it's
so
600 by
FPS.
default. I thought. Settings, audio,
Yeah.
voice chat, off.
I switched from.
You be switch from and it just closes.
Mm. Now I wonder if I ban someone in shared chat, if it bans them from both channels.
I don't know. Did they get timed out on
That's
yours
interesting.
end?
They didn't get timed out on my end,
So then
but
probably not.
well, I'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
I have the name in my mind. I'll do it.
3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
When all of my mods just aren't here.
I mean, I am.
Where
but,
are
like,
they when I need them?
I'm also
I mean, I'm not there when I need you. God, your mods, man, crazy.
There we go. Something quite. Oh no, they broke that. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. I'm gonna be honest.
They can break most of
Yeah,
the
most things are
walls.
breakable in this game. I do forget that.
You forgot about that.
Yeah, but it also does mean we can spam them from our spawn if we want to be silly.
Ow, Spider-Man.
Can whoever that is flying up there stop existing?
The Human Torch.
Yes.
I would love to help you with that.
I,
really
I can fly, so I've gone up to duel them
but
in
he
disguise.
keeps moving. Yeah, he keeps moving.
They do be schmoving. I mean, I don't have hit scan, so.
So, the real problem is our Iron Man.
Is he just
And our...
not really iron or a man?
I said that and he immediately went from 2 and 5 to 5 and 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
so
really...
now I'm the problem.
I mean, no, because we have 5, murderable. Oh, what? Does the portal not stay open for long? Okay. I thought we just had a
No,
portal.
it doesn't stay open for super long. Ow, the Human Torch. Ow, the Human Torch.
Is he a torch rat? Is it human? There's a Spooderman. Spooderman does whatever a Spooderman's. Candyman and Spooder. Spooderman. Watch out.
Spooderman.
It's a Spooderman.
It is a Spooderman.
Yeah, the amount of verticality in this game is very interesting.
It's
I
true.
don't know if I find it.
But gamers also don't look up.
Yeah, which certainly adds to the appeal of verticality in this game. Alright, killing things because my job is kind of just be there and not die, right? Making, like, some of the choices of heroes to roles don't make too much sense in my mind.
Right?
Like, why is Doctor Strange a tank?
A tank? Because he's defensive. Doctor Strange in generally in his fighting style is more defensive
Yeah,
than
but like,
offensive.
look what a unit this Doctor Strange is.
Okay, but yes, but Doctor Strange is also himself a unit and is known to use defensive magic and like move buildings to be defensive, you know?
True. I guess it would more fit an archetype that isn't in like the typical trio, because like wizards in D&D, he's very much like a control guy, right?
Look, he's one of the big 3. Aliens, wizard. I can't remember the line. Buck. The end of the line though is Bucky going, "There's no such thing as wizards." And then Sam going, "Doctor Strange," and then Bucky goes, "He's not a wizard, he's a sorcerer."
I mean,
it's
it's
different.
Sorcerer Supreme. Except for when he's not.
He's not a wizard, he's a sorcerer.
Except for
It's
he very
different.
much is a wizard if we're going with D&D terms. But like, D&D terms are the end all be all, right? People act like it is when
Apparently
it comes to
not
fantasy.
to Bucky Barnes.
Because they're synonyms in most media, so like, it doesn't actually matter. Like, mute... Okay, I guess I'm stunned. Stun should not exist in first-person, or apparently third-person shooter games. They just shouldn't be in shooters. It's the wrong genre.
You say that, but then you love when your Ash hits the right one.
I don't... What, Ash Overwatch?
Yes, Ash Overwatch.
I'd never play Ash.
No, I meant like your team Ash. The
I
Ash
don't
on
really
your
see
team.
Ash all that often. I guess because no one I play with really plays with.
Dex plays quite a bit of
I
Ash.
haven't played like much Overwatch with Dex. Okay, well, we won before I could figure out what I was doing with my portals.
We still got another round,
Yeah,
so don't worry about
we
it.
won the round. But, like,
We won the round.
we're one support, one tank,
I
and
forgot.
5.
Remember mentioning the bird app and then forgetting to do the bird app thing?
Oh, yeah. I did silly bird thing. Oh, god damn it, now I'm on cooldown for my thing. Despite not really getting to use it. Oh, well. I guess we'll walk into the point.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I mean, the team locked in after the first round. I don't actually know what that team
I
did,
can't
so
wait
I
till
don't.
October. Sorry. Yeah, I am. I'm listening. I just got
Oh,
distracted by
now
my
one,
own
now
thoughts.
one free support. Because someone mentioned the fact we're on 2. Okay, now we're back on thingamajig.
4.
Now we're on 1 support again, dude. The Goobers.
All you need to do is capture
The Goobs.
area. Got it?
Yeah, Punisher
Hold on,
has this funny thing.
I'm just sending a tweet real quick.
Go for it.
I've actually wanted to try.
Twimter.com.
No, I'm doing the tag thingy.
The tag thingy.
Yeah.
You know what?
Where you do the hashtag, the cringe hashtag thingy. I think I'll try out hashtags for now.
Yeah. I
Just
think.
to see if it works.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth trying, right? Because something. May as well.
It just looks annoying to your friends, though, I feel like.
It just kind of just look annoying. But like, it is what it is.
If someone could get that man away from me.
Sorry. Despite being a third-person shooter, you don't really see much behind you. Like what's going on, right? It may as well be first person in this game because I don't really feel like I've got more. I guess it's much more. I don't know. For a shooter, I'd rather have it in first person than third, but that's just how the game is. So, Marvel one-liner. I watched a Marvel movie for the first time in ages. Actually,
I was thinking about doing Marvel nights in our, like Marvel watching nights or movie nights in our Discord, but I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, you know?
I feel like that's a message to find out. I mean, I don't really watch much, like, actual TV or movies-wise, to be honest.
Whereas I watch a bunch because I have a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, what's it? Because like, if I start a TV show, I have to watch the whole thing, and I don't know. Don't watch
Yeah,
it. Just
Clack, you should definitely start watching Supernatural with me.
no, it will end up. You will be very happy if that happens because I have a problem. I do not put down shows. They just unless
I
they
know.
absolutely bore me, the whole thing will be consumed. That's why I'm terrified to
there
start
are parts
Doctor Who.
in Supernatural where it dips, but you just get through it, you know?
Yeah, but like it's normally like at the beginning. You give something, the whole 3-episode rule thing, right? And it's very rare for me to
This is
drop
like,
a show
I
after
feel like
that.
you should give a season, like there's a season grace period between season 7 and there's a grace period on season I think it's like 13 or 14.
Who is that? I do not know the character.
Because there's like 2 seasons of Supernatural that you just gotta get through, and some of the episodes you don't need to watch necessarily for story in a lot of the seasons, so you can skip them.
I can
There's,
fly
like, a
away
TV
from
guide for it
the
if you
Jeff
do it.
bolt. That's so funny.
But you should definitely watch Supernatural with me. Yorm!
Yum.
Hello.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Hey, I got a Steam achievement.
You did.
I didn't. Bad job. Let me unclick. Actually, why did I do that? This is up here. Settings. You shouldn't be capturing the Steam overlay, but you know what it is what it is. Oh, hi, Wog Trio. Certainly a Pokemon of all time. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I don't know what a
What?
Milano Repair Logs is, but I should probably go there to get my free stuff.
Are you... What you want about? I zoned out for half a second. I need to close the X app because I got distracted by the new DC Universe Twitter accounts.
Oh yeah, they're trying again.
It's really good. The new Superman movie was so good.
Right.
And I don't like Superman. I never liked Superman. Hydrate? Okay. Thank you for that, Bats. You can head pat the duck now, too.
It lasts a minute.
It lasts an entire minute because he's an idiot.
No, because I wanted permanent head pats and I didn't want you to be able to spam.
Who's a good boy? Well, not this cat demon. Don't call me a good boy. I'm not a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm a cat demon. I'm evil. I'm evil. I'm super evil, right, Quack?
Definitely.
See, I'm evil. I'm not good.
You know, I suppose I'll continue my strange training arc.
Is but an illusion.
He does just
I
seem
know I'm a
excessive.
bad boy smoking. Press X to doubt. Oh no, wait, Ruby, I'm sorry. I started the game.
30 seconds before you attack.
Also, no, I'm super evil. I'm not a good boy.
Super evil.
I smoke weed and shit. I'm the kind of I'm the kind of guy your parents tell you to stay away from, otherwise you're gonna get turned on to drugs. It's legal, man. It's not legal everywhere.
Personally, I enjoy amphetamines, but
Capture the mission.
Dude, I love amphetamines. Those are my secondary. There's an Iron Man right outside my
where
stream.
is he just...
I'm me, I do what I want. Look, I did methamphetamines legally for 13 years straight.
Hello, Iofox. What does 100 mean on my thing? When dark magic, it can anti-heal curse. Oh, okay. E to reduce. That meant
I want to
something.
play Demon Kitty, but work, you know, just become a full-time VTuber.
That's definitely achievable aim for people, right?
Just become a full-time streamer. Quit your job.
I don't think like I would wanna.
Not like you people have like people to support or anything.
Yeah,
Just
even
like,
if I could, I don't know if I'd want it. Like, it's such a insecure job. I don't know if I'd even want to do this full time if I could.
I do it because it's something I can do, you
Yeah.
know? I got my suspenders and new brutes coming Thursday. Are you gonna, like, smack them? Like, are you gonna wear your suspenders on stream and then pull your thumbs out and, like, smack them for subs?
There's an
Yup.
enemy Jeffrey.
You're gonna torture your nipples for subs? This seems like an OnlyFans stream.
No, it shows the right website for that.
You could do it on Kick. Oh wait, shit, you're not supposed to say that website.
I don't know what that website is, I'm gonna be honest. So...
It's the failed alternative for right-wingers.
Oh, okay.
It's where all the, you know, undesirable MC YouTubers went. The ones that were rumored to have Creator Clash canceled because they had chlamydia. I still haven't watched the new Life series yet. I'm waiting for there to be more episodes for me to watch more all at once.
Fair enough.
So I did get molested by Black Panther. Thank you for the head pats. I appreciate it.
On the topic
Talk to you
of
later,
the video,
little
you know,
buddy.
don't be silly, wrap your willy, etc., etc. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you get tested.
You know, be safe out there. We'll have to talk about this even without the thingamajig tab because we're doing a public safety announcement.
Are we doing a GI Joe PSA?
You know,
Pork chop sandwiches?
pork chop sandwiches.
GI Joe. I think I might have a link to send you because you don't know about the.
Yeah, this might be across the pond difference.
This isn't a across the pond difference. It's just a really, really old niche reference.
Go away, Black Panther. The amount of times I shot him. Hi, Hawks. Ow. Ow. Why does Hawkeye smack me? That's not what Hawkeye does, except for sometimes he does that.
He's supposed to miss, you know? He never misses, and everybody jokes that Hawkeye just sucks.
Yeah, but like, you know, if you're the real Hawkeye, you wouldn't miss, and then you'd be good. Right?
This Hawkeye has been getting my ass.
I found that strafing has thoroughly reduced its effectiveness. Yeah, instant demolished by the bot, but I'm gonna assume that just got deleted, then. Yep, the message got deleted. I can just see it because thingamajig.
Yep.
Thanks, Aribot.
Maybe I'll give you a chance.
We love Aribot in this house. What was that? That was our rocket.
Goodbye. Hold on.
You can type goodbye and then it goes yippee!
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Or
do.
something along those lines. I don't know what that crystal
I don't
means,
know if-
but I'm gonna assume good things.
I don't know if it,
Maybe it has to be in my chat.
I think it has to be in your chat.
Okay, yeah.
I am really excited for October.
Outside of it just being like general spooky season.
I love spooky season. I was born during late spooky season, which is after the spooky, but still kind of spooky out.
Yeah. On the plus side, you Americans have Thanksgiving to, you know, scare away the Christmas spirit for a bit longer.
That's not true. A bunch of people just still put out their Christmas decorations anyway.
But like, I'm like Christmas season should start in December. Because that's
agree.
Christmas season. But like, at least you theoretically have another holiday.
Gary felt early one more time. This Iron Man keeps targeting me.
I mean, you are playing a support.
It's upsetting to me.
Upsetty of the spaghetti. We don't really have good AA, do we? Okay, well, I got swallowed, so. Yeah.
Are we playing with bots? I don't think we're playing with bots.
I have not the foggiest, I'm gonna be honest. Well, like, bots as in people are... Bots as in actual bots, or bots as in people are bad at the game? Still the other question.
Bots as in actual bots?
Yeah, I know. It's really
Because
sad.
otherwise I'm considered a bot. And not in the I'm a bottom way. Stop it, chat.
Yumi's already given up. You don't need to rub it in
The only
further.
block-in healer, I have the most kills.
Hey. But it's probably Elims in this game rather than
Iron
kill
Man
skills.
is not doing great.
Yeah, it happens. It's kind of sad that they like have to put bots in games to make people feel better about themselves.
Judge, jury, execution.
I don't like the idea. Okay, yeah, judge jury execution would be scary.
I hate this game.
I've decided on a funny.
You know, I was supposed to start playing comp this season.
Don't do that to
and
yourself.
just haven't had the energy. Well, I was actually gonna play comp today, and then you happened to be free. So What I'm saying is, I guess it's your fault I'm not playing comp.
You're welcome.
I don't know whether to thank you or not. Apparently, comp is not as sweaty.
comp like comp is like as sweaty as like quick play. It tends to be, I think, in games, but like you're not mad about it because it's comp, right? Agamotto is a weirdo, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is.
But it just kind of like disrupts them.
Yeah.
Oh, what? There's not. Okay, apparently I got slightly too far away from the car.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I was slightly too busy
But also,
trying to shoot you.
it doesn't count. It's a warm up.
Every game's a warm up until I say up.
Also, the Jeff should not have been talking when I have more healing done than him
I
and more damage blocked.
have turned off the chat.
Ruby!
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome,
Again.
welcome.
You again.
Yeah. Hold on, let me invite you. Boop.
How much hit scan is there in this game? Because surely,
I
there's got to be a decent bit.
don't know. I think there's quite a bit.
You know, guys, this game needs to give me discount Captain America so I can have Vanguard with a gun.
You just want US Agent?
Yes, I want US Agent.
Who the fuck wants John Walker?
I want John Walker
Nobody
so I can have
wants
Captain
John
America with a
Walker.
gun. I mean, not that Captain America hasn't used a gun, because again, World War II bad.
He hasn't. You're so full of shit.
I'm like 98% sure of that.
Mister, I haven't really watched the Marvel movies.
Well, I should change my boot key to...
Hold on. I'm gonna look this up.
Because I could have sworn he did in, whatchamacallit?
I don't
The
think
original,
he did.
like the actual Captain America movie. Like, in World War II, Captain America movie.
Okay, specifically in World War II, however, he largely abandoned using guns after his time in World War II,
Yeah.
transitioning to relying on his vibranium shield.
Yeah. So,
But he doesn't use a gun after that when
Yeah.
he's Captain America, which is the majority of his life.
Yes.
So therefore, and they made a rule about it too. Captain America. Oh, by the way, Quack. Off stream, they do have stuff for college students. There's college perks for this game. So
Ooh.
if you have a student email, you can get some free skins,
yippee.
including a Captain America one.
I mean, honestly, if I wanted to add US Agent to the game, they should just make him a Captain America skin. He's just discount Captain America.
No, if you love Gumi, if someone loves Gumi, they could give Gumi their student email. Don't do that. But if you could, but don't do that.
I really think it's so stupid that cosmetics come before.
Quack, you could have up to like 12 free skins,
Neat.
and it's a
If
really good
it's,
skin.
like, international thing as well, because, who knows?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, there's Infinity War Cat.
Yeah. Infinity War Cat.
There is Venom
Infinity War.
version. There
Oh,
is
that's fine.
whatever this is.
Infinity War Cat.
There is Gladiator Cap, and then there's AIM Erica. Infinity War Cap is by far the best skin here.
He's so cute and pretty.
I don't think those are the correct words, but I understand your...
Bucky.
Bucky's hit scan. What hit scan characters are in the game? I don't think there is a hit scan tank, right? They're all got like hit scan range tank. Or is he punching
I
someone in the
think it
face?
might be for range. I think it would be either
All the difference.
Maybe Penny is.
Emma Frost or Penny.
Is Emma Frost not a projectile? I thought that would be a projectile character.
Penny is a little more wonky because of how the side shooters work. They don't aim correctly, so the left shoulder shoots a little bit off center.
Fire a sonic beam. I'm gonna assume a beam's not gonna be hit scan though. I mean, I'm gonna continue onwards. What does Groot do? Groot, what's your difficulty to? Launch vines,
And walls.
walls.
Gumi.
Huh?
Can you see it on my right arm? Or no?
Handbag!
We've got a team up active.
It's me! You're carrying me around!
Exactly. You get
You
it
got
now.
your little Goomy!
And I didn't make it.
That's a bomb.
It's okay, I didn't see anything.
That's why you
now
saw
you
everything.
take your little Goomy everywhere with you.
I have a wool
Exactly.
and I
Now you get
have
it.
a wool.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
So I build walls is what I do. Okay.
You do
Your
the wall.
main big wall helps heal with it, and the smaller walls, they do have to be close, but they also do attack.
Oh, let's go
There's
wool.
also a cool thing that I can do with you, and I'll show you in the next spawn room. I can do a really cute thing.
Bam, small walls. Okay. Well, that's not a real Loki. That's a fake Loki if I've ever seen one. Okay, I'm actually quite
And
short
you would
range.
know.
Cool. Yeah, I do not have
No,
much.
but he's good.
Yeah. I know, I'm just figuring out the vanguards that aren't overly complicated. And, like, this is an environment where I can actually learn
your
new
walls
characters.
in general, because your own
People do
teammates
Yeah.
can destroy them.
Oh, the teammates can destroy them? That's annoying.
Yes.
That's pretty...
Because otherwise we'd get walled off. It'd be a maze situation.
Yeah. But, like, that, I just figured that'd be part of it. Well, if you have a Groot on your team who just wants to piss off your team, you can.
No.
Okay, well, that was a very terribly placed wall. Oh, wait, I have a projectile, because, like, as much as I play with the
Pull
others,
back,
that was
pull
not
back
an
some.
that was not an environment to
Fall
learn
back.
new characters in.
If you want, we can go in the practice range.
Nah,
after
no,
this,
but, like, this
and
is
we can
fine.
keep you-
This is completely fine. The best way to learn stuff is by doing. Right, trial by fire.
Yes, this game has a lot of complexity to it, and how
If
you
Loki
can
had a
use
gun
characters.
complex, would his powers be divine? Come on, that one was good.
I mean, he already is a god, so his powers are already divine. Okay, we do theoretically have... Now, this is... Yeah, that's going to be exceptionally overly complicated.
Better stop that vehicle. There's still a chance to stop.
Transform from Bruce Wayne to Hero Hulk. You're not sure. We're gonna...
Hulk and I, we're a team.
I've got a gun! And even this gun isn't hit gun. Also, rip my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi's having problems. Great.
It's like British Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah, just rural Wi-Fi.
Anyone willing to help? They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to
I say I don't want to play a fully melee character, and then I switch to Hulk.
Yeah, that's your own fault.
Yeah. I mean,
You could be a Bruce Banner, man.
I mean, that'd be funny, right? Theoretically a Vanguard.
There are Bruce Banner mains.
Well, I am Bruce and or Banning, so... Yeah.
I haven't seen any recently, though.
And probably because
I
it's a
think
bit
it's
of a
because
joke.
they made it kind of impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't really
with
wanna-
Wolverine being
Right.
buffed and everything.
Yeah, it's well, he's not even supposed to be buffed. He's just broken.
Supposedly they did fix him, but that's supposedly.
Sure, they did. I don't believe them.
Magnetic field. So I got a
I'm
projectile
sorry, I
shield.
tried to save you.
I've got a metal
It's okay.
shield.
It's okay.
I've got
What do you mean? I lived.
more
I'm sitting on
shields.
your arm.
Oh, I thought.
I lived. I'm on your arm right now.
A little help, please.
I'm on my way.
Okay, these are weird. Magneto projectiles are weird. I've decided.
He works off of receiving damage. If I'm
Yeah,
not
so he needs to take a bunch of
mistaken,
damage to. It's like
his bubble
it's like
recharges.
it's kind of like
Am I Zarya?
it's
That who I'm playing?
not fucking I can't remember his name right now. Sigma.
Oh, cause with the sucky suck suck.
You gotta take the damage to get the.
But it's left shift instead of. I thought with like my shields I would be Zarya. Weird. Damn, our powers are his. The fact that 4 isn't permanent flight upsets me.
Yeah, he's also normally an alt denier from a lot of alts, though
Oh,
Punisher
I can full slowly.
destroy him.
Thor figured out where I am. He figured out I was in their back line.
What if I have F to give someone else a shield and then it just gives me a shield? What? Cool, here's my
Yeah.
anti-everything barrier. Cool. Yeah, this is not going well. That's what I've decided.
It's okay. Vanguard isn't for everyone. Like I decided it wasn't for
Yeah.
me.
I think Strange is just kind of piss easy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was completely wasted.
Judge, jury, executioner.
What does C do? What? Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's just that isn't a hit scan tank, which is kind of, well, they have so many tanks, but like a lot of them are have very similar, at least primary weapons. Right? I'm gonna go back to Strange.
Ow.
Because there's a lot of, like, simple projectiles.
They keep hurting me.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I've never seen this MVP screen.
It's a cool skin.
Oh. Hey there,
I
Loki.
think it's season 2's battle pass.
Yeah. Eh. I have something to clean.
Yeah, I have a few things.
I have some things to clean.
I went to a highlight rather than doing a thingy.
Oops.
Free me from the highlight jail.
Unfortunately, you're stuck in it.
Well, no, because you can't exit out, but you have to at least see the intro animation.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's rough.
So long, I know.
It really is, especially when you want to hurry up and go next, and then you have to watch it, and then you accidentally click on somebody's, and then you have to watch that one.
I almost have the froggy Thor skin. Almost. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I am ready whenever y'all are
I
ready.
am slightly I always get confused about all the menus and how to navigate them because I haven't actually sat down and figured out how to navigate stuff. I just see exclamation marks. I'm like, yippee! I'm gonna click all the buttons. Mission. Is that the place I want to be to claim stuff? To event. Okay, it's events. I'll claim whatever this is. Yippee! Thank you for the chrono tokens. But you need to get all of them to get the thingy. Okay. Complete all to get symbiote thingy-majig. Okay, it's events where all the random stuff to claim is.
I only need like 200 more to get Alpine for Bucky, and then I'm gonna work on getting Deadpool for Jeff.
Okay, so what is this?
Because my Bucky deserves to have a kitty cat.
That is, as
Uh,
you call them, cheese
I've already
venom.
completed my goal.
You got the handbag. That's all that matters.
Yes. It's the only one that I particularly care about.
Mm.
Is that all? Why are there so many exclamation marks? Exclamation marks do
Are
annoy me.
they in your achievements category?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is just telling me I can unlock these things. What on earth?
Oh yeah, yeah. In your battle pass, sometimes you get the like purple coins, and you can like open it and then go through your battle pass and like get the free thing.
What on earth are units? And okay, that
Units are a additional form of currency that can be combined with the yellow currency in order for you to get certain things, or if you have enough of it, you can just outright like buy emotes or possibly skins, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, skins.
So yeah, the battle pass was just bugging me because there's things I could potentially buy.
Right. Which you don't have to. If you want
Yes.
to, like, yes, you can go through and purchase everything with it, but if you have a skin and you're like, oh, hey, I'm a few points away from getting the next one, and I'd prefer to spend my points on that, you can just hold out and then wait for you to unlock it after you get enough of the purple currency.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is this
Which
like
is kind of what I'm doing.
Is this just a symbiote season mostly?
Mostly.
Yeah.
And we like symbiotes because we like symbiote Jeff.
They're going to have more Phoenix stuff, and I'm probably wrong about it, but I think there's going to be more swimsuits, but I'm probably wrong about that. But more
There's also
Phoenix
supposed to be
stuff is
stuff
going to
for
be.
Blade too.
Okay.
When next
Yeah.
during the half season.
There's a new team up ability, and there's something in the gallery. Cinematics. I don't want to watch a cinematic, but thank you for saying they exist. Okay. Outside of a battle pass bugging me somewhere, but there's something else. Okay, it's just gonna bug me until I buy it, but I'm not gonna buy it. The thingies, because I don't feel like buying the thingies, so, okay. All good,
Ready?
essentially, yeah. I
Okay.
don't like how they do battle passes here. I mean, I don't like battle passes, full stop. I am the #1 battle
Guys,
pass hater.
I have to go see the fucking new Smurf movie tomorrow.
There's a new Smurf movie,
There's a new Smurf movie
and you
apparently.
have to see it.
I have to see it. If you saw the joy on my father's face when he asked me, "Do you want to go see the Smurf movie with me?" How can you say no? I didn't have anything going on tomorrow anyway, so like I couldn't say no. I'm gonna go shit on the Smurf movie.
And
To...
we were talking to someone who sat through all of the available Sword Art Online content at the time, just so I could
Hey,
bang on it
I did
more.
that too and I enjoyed it.
There's something wrong with you.
A lot of it. There's some things that are really bad about SAO.
Which,
However, I
all
was
of
in
it.
middle school at the time
Oh, that's
and
fair
did
enough.
not know any better.
Not that we have middle school over here, but
So
like,
I have
yeah.
the nostalgic joy of loving SAO because of the nostalgia. I also love SAO because SAO abridged, which is
Yeah,
the
SAO
only
abridged
good
is
way
great.
to watch
And
SAO.
and then what's it called? The only other good thing about SAO is for some reason they just made him a fanboy for
I don't know,
for like one
ALO was
entire
pretty
arc,
good.
which was funny.
What, the femboy arc for
Yes.
Kirito? Trans Kirito, he decided he wasn't.
Oh my god, there's an enemy cheese.
Cheese?
I mean,
Paper?
no, the cheese being the venom. Ow, ow, who was that?
Oh.
What just happened? I'm dead. So much was
Magic.
happening.
Their Iron Man is kind of good, and their magic is okay.
That's a big sword. That seems wildly impractical.
Yeah, it is. It is wildly impractical.
Unless it weighs like nothing, in which is the point of having a big sword.
It's her cosplay sword. She just beats the shit out of people with her cosplay sword.
I mean, fairs, I suppose.
I don't actually know any magic lore. That's like aside
I
of
don't-
Marvel, I've never touched.
I don't know magic, full stop. Never heard of them. Let me put this up on the funny. Why do you refuse to let me be funny, game? Ow, ow. Yeah, I just got deleted. I can't, like, exist for more than half a second without getting deleted. One of those games, huh?
It is one of those games. It's been one of those days in this game.
I mean, yeah, we've, like, not won a game. But, like, there's a difference between not winning a game and getting, like, not being able to be alive for more than, like, 2 seconds.
And it's been several games where we've been not allowed to be alive.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I was playing tank and thus. I hate how they've just randomly decided to change the names just to stand out. It's like when, like, a new minister comes in and he decides he's going to change something for no reason, but just so he made a change. That's how I feel about it. Like, they made the change for no reason but to make the change. And it's just
Are you talking
confusing,
about
annoying, and
Prime
stupid.
Minister or like a religious minister?
I'm talking about... Do you know how you have, like, secretaries of state? Or, like,
Yes,
secretary of
so
defense?
you're-
It's all... We have ministers. We have the Chancellor of the Exchequer, who's, like, the head finance guy. But, like, you know, there's, like, a health minister. Or the Minister of Health, and just, like, Minister of Culture, that sort of stuff. Like, it's our... Oh, these people who are close to the Prime Minister get to be in these roles because they're close to the Prime Minister, not because they know anything about the role. Kind of like, you know, you're like Secretary of Defense or like your Health Secretary. You know, they don't necessarily have anything to do with the subject.
They're supposed, except they're supposed to. They normally do. It's just this administration.
Oh, do
it
they normally
happens to
over
be
there? Over here, it's just like whoever's close gets a higher up
Yes.
position.
Okay, so what happened was that's what happened this time, but they're supposed to know, like, be somewhat experts in their fields.
Oh, okay.
Like the district attorney is supposed to have actual law experience. The secretaries are supposed to have actual
okay.
experience.
That's better than here then, by default. Like, obviously, you know, just
But
your
right
current.
now,
Yeah, we're not going to
that's
talk about
not
your
what's
current government
happening
because
I
you
don't
know.
want to talk about RFK. He makes me so angry.
But, like, yeah, we typically don't get that. We just have some random goober who's close to the Prime Minister be in that role.
Are you saying that if I somehow submitted myself near your prime minister, we could have a VTuber secretary?
I think that would probably be under culture, which is, like, such a horrific statement to make.
It'd be funny though.
It would. Ow, ow. Yeah, it would be funny. I'm not going to be able to 1v1 Iron Man. I am just a little guy.
I just need them grouped up.
Actually, I'm doing an alright job for a projectile-based support character. At fighting someone you really want hit scan to fight. Okay, no, I wasn't doing a great job. The Iron Man just said no, and like without hit scan, killing flies is a pain in the butt.
Drop the other death off the edge, and Venom followed me.
I think I'm gonna switch to El Raccoon. As sad as that is to say.
El Rocky?
Yeah, just because hit scan.
El Groot's best buddy.
You know, if I have to fight a flyer, I want hit scan. Because launching projectile upwards is not great. Yeah, and I can also fly away when I get jumped. When getting your...
I almost lived through that. Oh, we have a disconnect. That's why we fucking suck right now.
I mean, they probably disconnect because we're doing terribly. Hi, Basil Brush. How you doing?
Basil.
We're currently getting demolished at Marvel Rivals.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're doing fine.
Yeah, it's a hero shooter. It's just one of those days. And also, I'm on US
Can't
servers,
expect
which
to win them all.
you can't expect to win them.
Hi, guys. It's been so long since I've seen you.
Ah, well.
It's so nice. I was actually gonna do Deltarune today, but realized I didn't have energy to do all the voices. So I made the executive decision of I'm gonna delay Deltarune again because if I take a nap after I get up, that usually is an indicator I probably shouldn't stream that day.
Yeah. Also, like, well, strangely, like, a game in which you need to use your brain a bit, etc., etc. Well, I guess it's
Bullet hells need brain.
yeah. You like need an
Marvel
amount of.
sometimes need brain,
I mean,
but
kinda,
not
but
a ton of brain.
not exactly. It's a shooter at the end of the day. Even hero shooters are shooters at the end of the
Why
day.
is this Iron Man always in our spawn?
Because we're getting spawn camped, kinda. We are getting demolished. This is called skill-based matchmaking, or lack thereof.
Hey guys, I'm distracting them on point.
I mean, unfortunately, that is
Oh, no,
kind
they
of where we
found
need to
me?
be. Yay, overtime. We got this.
This is real firepower.
What is our Star-Lord doing?
His best.
Get on point!
I'm gonna plonk down a bunch of goo. It's really annoying that you can't. You have to jetpack in the direction you're looking. I can't like jetpack backwards, which just feels like a pointless restriction, right?
Owie, the Phoenix got me.
I just need to remember to spam
Welcome
out my
back to
heals.
Ruby MVPs because the greatest of the great.
Oh, there's a little sound when you get headshots. That's quite satisfying, actually.
Yeah, it's quite a satisfying sound. The beep.
Yeah, the
beep.
bing, 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 bing. It's like obviously.
It hits the top of my range though, so it hurts
Ah.
a little bit. Burp. Burp. I love Jeff's little bark when he jumps. Sometimes the.
I was slightly confused at why you still started barking. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you mean? I always bark.
I thought you were a cat.
It varies. I don't meow for. I'll meow for money, but
As with most
funnily
people.
enough, I meow more off stream than I do on stream. I will meow, sit there and I think Quacks might have experienced this in calls where I'm off stream. I will just sit there and meow.
I was more like speaking the language of a cars.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
exchange
the burring.
following rewards. I don't know what that means. Power of Phoenix. Oh, that's just a battle pass telling me I can do battle pass things.
Oh, hold on. I have to send Quack a thing I said I was gonna send him, and then forgot to send him.
Hi, my love. What you doing?
It's a 40. Hello.
As you can tell from the title, I lost the Pokemon.
He lost the Pokemon, and he killed me.
That was part of losing the Pokemon, yes.
Mm.
I mean, me and Bulky fighting types, it just continues to be a curse.
Okay, here you go, Quack. I put it in your general check. This is a GI Joe PSA.
I didn't bring Shelmet, but I don't think Shelmet would have been particularly helpful.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
And I'm not
Between
playing
you
Black
and your
again.
significant other
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here!
with
What
the
are you doing?
Pokemon,
Go,
the
get
random
the fuck
Pokemon
outta
knowledge.
Here, you stupid idiot!
I'm
Fuck,
sorry,
we're all
Quack.
dead. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out!
I think they might know better. I think you should have taken the helmet if they told you to take the helmet.
Maybe I should have taken the helmet, but oh well. You live and you learn. To be fair, the High Dragon
Yeah.
wasn't a problem at all, really. Either how bulky is Copper Grigus or how limp-fisted is a +2 Haxorus. I thought +2 hacks would, you know, be able to kill a Copper Grigus. It didn't. Well, not in one.
Are you ready for me to hit start?
It was rivalry, but it was good rivalry. Rivalry was helping. And then it got mummied. But, like, that didn't seem to change anything.
Yeah.
Because male plus rivalry equals more damage, like 30% or something.
The right heroes could make a
I don't know. It seems like a personal issue to me. I think you should have just gotten good.
I mean, yes, I didn't have much of a plan except from setup Swede. Wait, this is the wrong person. That's not Loki.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
I'm aware, but +2. Super
We were,
effective. High
we
crit
were
rate.
drooling over N.
Yeah,
Is it just a generally accepted thing that if you don't drool over N when you're playing Pokemon Black and White, you're wrong, and you should feel bad?
or you're not into guys, but like if you are.
No. Even the straight guys are into N. I know. Oh wait, hold on. I was gonna say even my brother, and then I remembered my brother came out as not straight. Well.
Yeah, I think N's probably top of the list because he gets like the proper CGs, right?
Cynthia's pretty, but
Cynthia's pretty top of the list as well. Because like,
You have to stop them from securing the mission
if you like, you know, strong woman, Cynthia,
it's
like strong as in like not as in like fully buff, strong as in like she will demolish you in that game.
Careful, Quack, you're getting shot at. I made it look like your clone was real, I'm sorry. Oh god, get the Captain America off me! Oh!
Oh no, I'm shooting into the team down below. Healing for my friends. You know, we can have 3 Lokis up here.
I don't like that the Human Torch's name is just wrong because they are definitely not blind.
Why are there just explosions happening on point?
Quack's favorite is definitely Grusha. Who do you think my favorite is? Just out of any gen.
Larry.
The normal type guy?
Or flying, depending on which fight.
I like him, but not that much.
I feel like I should be with a team, but it's too funny of a spot not to be at. Oh, fine. I'll contribute to the team. Not Volkner.
Who's Volkner again?
Electric type. Gym lead. He's the gym. Yeah, he's a gym.
Which
Electric type gym leader. Sinai. Which I guess is in the game, but like region.
Yeah, so that would be Pearl and Diamond.
Yeah,
right?
Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, BDSP.
Funnily enough, that was my first game, but no, that isn't the gym leader I like from that game.
Who's the best?
Though I'm sure he's quite pretty.
I mean, big up Pressure Wake, but like not my type. But big up Pressure Wake. Pressure Wake to go.
I like the rock type one from that game.
Rock. His name's quite easy to remember for some reason.
Is his name Rock?
His name's Rock.
I can't remember.
The
his
Rock
name,
type
I
gym
just
leader's
remember
name is
pretty.
Rock. What a poor guy. He's a rock type gym leader, and the starters will be a fighting type, a water type, and a grass type. So, poor guy, he's had no chance.
But he's so.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever managed to get over the fact that his name's Rourke to consider anything else about him.
He's kind of pretty. Funnily enough, a lot of my favorite gym leaders are actually female.
Whoever they are,
But I do have my fair few male gym leaders that I like. Larry was one of them. You are correct. I do like Larry quite a lot. Professor Kukui doesn't count as a gym leader.
Alien of mine is a twink somehow. Is he like? I mean, maybe it's like. Is he like a minor, or is he like overseer? Right? Because the overseer doesn't get a hands dirty particularly.
He does go in the mine, and
He do
also
be way back in the
oversees.
mines. I mean, presumably spending too much time as a gym leader, but not enough time in the goddamn mines.
Well, I thought he was also on the Elite Four in that game. He might not be though.
No.
No, he wasn't. It's been a while.
He's
since I
just gym
played
leader
that game.
number 1. I mean, it would be wild if gym leader number 1 was like, surprise, I'm actually an Elite 4 member. Now let's see what you can do.
ready to put on a show.
I like Acerola. I like Marnie. I actually love Marnie, but
I am ready to put on a show.
What? Is this not who I thought it was? Don't think this is who I thought it was. But like, I guess I'm doing whatever I'm doing right now, which apparently is a big
Skyla?
Heliora.
I like Skyla.
Skylar's very popular.
I also like the ice one from the newer games. Who is it? I think it might be Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, Grusha, yeah.
Yeah.
You get me.
Right back to that one. I get you. They're just generally attractive. Oh, Brassius is pretty good too. Yeah.
Brassius? I'm trying to
The
remember
grass
Brassius.
one. The vine
Oh,
one.
Scarlet and Violet, the whip guy.
Yeah.
Bottoms to both of you.
I'm not a bottom. I'm not a bottom just because I like Brassius. I like his design.
The whip guy.
He's not a whip guy, he's vines.
It's a vine whip.
I have a Thor skin now.
As opposed to skinning Thor, which I don't think would go well for you.
Ruby, who's your favorite Pokemon gym leader if you have one?
I don't really know too many people out of the first generation.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm hitting start.
Okay.
It's been forever since I've played a Pokemon game, so I'm not super knowledgeable on the up-to-date stuff.
Quack, who's your favorite rival?
The right heroes
Favorite rival? Like, just like a full
Mhm.
stop. I mean, Barry's my nostalgia pick, just because, what's it
Because
called?
Barry.
Because I started Platinum, was my first game.
Mm.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard.
Bianca's pretty good.
I like Hop, because he just gives up at the end,
Hop just gives up.
which is hilarious to me. It's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna
It's
be the Pokemon
realistic.
protagonist. You know, I'm gonna do something else with my life. I mean,
Sun and Moon Blue is hot. I like Gladion. Because Gladion does count as a rival in my opinion.
yeah, Guardian does count.
stay strong.
I love Gladion.
It's nice when the games have like more than one rival. Like, I always like it when
Mhm.
there's like actual rivals that have a dynamic against each other. I know this is weird considering I did just previously say Gary,
Gary,
No,
yeah.
alright, Barry. Not Gary.
Yeah. Gary. Gary's a completely different character.
Yep, I know,
Arvin
but it's
counts.
one letter.
Arvin definitely
Yeah.
counts, puppy boy.
2, 1.
We like Arvin.
Stop them from securing the mission area.
He's got that dog. Just full stop. He just has a dog.
I didn't. I also liked the kid from the DLC of the newest Pokemon game. I can't remember his
I
name
have
right now.
not
It's been a while.
Played Scarlet Violet.
There's 2 rivals for that, and they're like twins. And this guy is your friend at first, and then it feels like you betrayed him.
Oh, is that the guy who has a mental breakdown? Like, I've seen bits and bobs of
Okay.
Scarlet and Violet. I haven't played it.
Several rivals have a mental breakdown. You can't just go the guy that has a mental breakdown.
Is that the
He's
guy who
not the
really doesn't like
only-
Ogapon?
Yeah.
Is that the #1 Ogapon hater?
I don't think he didn't. I think it wasn't that he didn't like Ogrepon. I think when I have a breakdown and bring out the fucking
I mean, yeah, anyone deserves the worst if I bring up VGC Incineroar.
VGC incinerator. Yeah.
Someone
Sorry,
summon
it
Wolfie
looks
to
like
have a
rock on my screen.
mental breakdown about VGC Incineroar.
I don't want to talk about VGC Incineroar.
Like, if the undisputed...
You took Ogrepon from him, basically. Yeah, I didn't feel good about that. That was like his sole Pokemon, bro.
Well, gotta catch him all. Tough luck. Okay, but what if I did Cart Loki on the defense? I'm kind of
I
out.
would say, can you take care of the hot guy?
That's the enemy Loki. And I'm dead. I haven't really done much this game. I've sort of just been a goober.
We've been talking about Pokemon.
Yeah. I've just been busy being a goober instead of playing the game.
So, Wurmple, how are the plushies, by the way? Are they all fallen over again? I think about them sometimes. If they're keeping the house safe. Wurmple! They are healthy? Are you,
They have,
you haven't been taking them to battles?
They already had a, what's it called? An incredibly round cat plush, so I bought them an incredibly square cat plush. I don't know why someone made an
I
incredibly
love
square
that.
cat plush, but I found it on holiday. I was like, you know what, perfect gift.
That's cute. I brought them to my flat today, actually.
Hey.
Aww.
Actually,
That
Manav,
is
are you
right,
free
you
on the
were moving.
weekend? Because I'm probably moving out from I need to move out from my current accommodation. So we
Didn't
could
you?
go up there on the weekend. If you're around. Yes, this weekend. I don't need to, like, move out this weekend, but, like, at the same time.
You'd prefer to get it done sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's gonna be this weekend or next weekend, essentially. I probably need to move out.
Are you switching dorms or?
I might be taking some time out. I might be switching. Well, I mean, I've said I'm not gonna stay with these people because I'm really probably gonna take some time out just because I kind of I don't think
Need
with
it?
my current health, it would be smart for me to continue as I've been doing.
I really hope you start feeling better soon.
Yeah, again, I'm constantly like doing better, but it's never like it hasn't
It's
proved not to
never
be
good
enough.
enough, you know?
Yeah, which has always just been annoying, to say the least.
No, that was me this morning when I couldn't get a laundry basket upstairs. I was really frustrated.
I'm taking time out. Like, now I've got a bit more energy as well. I can actually start doing stuff to try and help myself out instead of just spending all my energy on university work.
On studying, yeah.
Okay, this weekend, that sounds good. Yeah. So, like, we can go up there this weekend, essentially. Like, there's a weird time to make plans while I'm in the middle of a stream, but at the same time, I forgot
Where
to...
are you moving? Don't ask on stream!
As in, I'm gonna take my
Send
stuff
it
from my uni stuff back home, essentially. Like, home.
Don't tell me that.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying
that's
where.
what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna
Can you tell
dox
me your
myself.
exact coordinates, Snakes? I need to know for a friend.
Yeah, I'm just taking stuff from uni back home because I had to make a decision relatively soon on whether it's gonna stay there or not, and I didn't want to screw around people who need to get that done sooner rather than later. So yeah.
Enemies on approach.
No other way I would have had to move out there next year, I think, because people would not have
I appreciate you.
just not been around in the same
Yeah.
capacity because people would. That's great.
I can't believe you doxed him! Wow! Why does your significant other want you to get swatted? Or the equivalent of swatted?
Presumably funny.
Many things.
No, don't swat people. It's not funny, but and it's very illegal, in fact, and very dangerous, especially considering U.S. police force.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to get like extra special training to get weaponry over here on
Yeah.
L police, but you know it makes sense that your police are more armed because everyone's more armed over there. But at the same time,
Shouldn't have to be, you know.
yeah. You never
I will
know.
get specifically the U.S. police force on you. That's a threat.
You're just gonna ship me in a box to Florida and say someone's gone in without just someone's illegally got in when I've been shipped there against my will.
No.
Box.
They're gonna put no. Here's the thing. They're gonna take the put you in a box, put a big old pride flag on it,
Just drop it up in the middle of the
and
south.
then put the British flag on it.
I love those what's it called? Like 4th of July Skittles. And
Your-
because it's red, white, and blue,
The sad
they
thing
just
is that would work. It would. That's how you get someone dead.
I think a British flag wouldn't get that exclusively would be fine. Just like what's in the box? Well, it's British.
No. You just also write over the British flag sticker illegal. They'll send you with a letter seeking a green card, have no skills. No, that's not true. Quack has many skills. They're very talented. I've been liking your art.
Thank you. I mean, like, I wanted to start with something that I could relatively quickly not look too horrific, so I've just been, like, chibiing because, like, there's less to chibiing than, like, a more detailed thing.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, I've enjoyed doing it, and also I think I'm
Wow.
just allergic
Hi,
to
Yorm.
trackpads.
Hi, Yorm. Sorry, I got distracted because I was on a topic and
Yeah.
then locked in a little bit.
Can I heal myself? I cannot heal myself. Unless... I could just go get a health pack. I tried to hit... I've been playing too much Valo. I hit 3 to go move faster. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
I told you, you're addicted.
We say actively not playing Valo. Again, since I've been doing better, I haven't been playing Valo. Valo is just, like, below
The
zero
only
brain cell
reason
game.
we're not playing Valo is because I can't play Valo on this
The
PC
reason we're not playing Valo
right
is...
now.
It's... Oh, that's good. If you're... But yeah, then we feel... Study. I have words in my brain sometimes. Most of the time, there aren't, though.
Aww. It's crack? The Valorant? Yeah, it is crack.
I mean, no, it's just a good game to play with zero
it's
brain
League of
cells.
Legends.
Games, first-person shooters are good games to play when like nothing's going on in your brain, as long as you're not the sort of person to get tilted by that sort of games. And to the end, I'm
Yeah, I
even
don't
started
really
getting.
get tilted by games.
To be fair, I tend not to often. I mean,
Every
some
once in a
things will
while.
tilt me. But that's more when I don't feel like I can do anything, full stop. And like, with something like a multiplayer game, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, I will just put this down now. I'm done.
I'm
I,
still
I,
at work.
I don't
Yeah.
have the toxic mindset for a multiplayer game where like I can't end on a loss.
Hey, Moon Knight, you dropped it off.
I outnumber you. Oh, that's the stuff. Doreen, no. Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me.
Oh, they do not look happy.
Good luck with work.
Leave before you lose more? No!
No, that's a quote from a character called Etalus from Rivals of It. And one of his victory screens is "Leave before you lose more," and it's so funny. Imagine winning
That
a
is
quick play
really funny.
online and then just getting told "Leave before you
Leave
lose
before
more."
you lose more.
It's so funny.
Another epic victory.
We won! Once again, Ruby, MVP.
Hungry squirrel girl.
She's quite hungry.
Yum, 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 yum. Also, my love, I have a headbat redeem now. It lasts a minute, which is slightly excessive.
It is very excessive.
But-
You're gonna lose your hair. You're gonna go bald.
Well,
Hitting up for honor after I'm off. Oh, cool.
Ah, yes, I'm aware I can exchange stuff for stuff, but I'm not gonna. Owie. Well, that's just rude. Empire of Eternal Night is excessively edgy.
I don't have enough yet. I don't have enough currency.
Achievements. I achieved something. I got to 75 on that one. I am 35 on that one. I want to read. I can't read.
I just want the 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 Thunderbolt skin for Bucky.
I didn't
I'm gonna get
rate
it.
that
That's
movie
what I'm
particularly.
saving for. What?
Like, the movie was alright. It was the first Marvel movie that I watched in a while, and it was kind of exactly what I expected from a Marvel movie.
That's because you didn't get the context of most of them. If it was the first one Marvel movie you watched in a while, it's better if you watch it with context.
I mean,
Like,
everything
a lot
is, but
better.
like, I'm not gonna chew through like multiple seasons of TV shows that like are probably gonna be mixed at best.
Actually, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was really, really good.
Hmm.
That's where
But,
your
like,
U.S. agent is.
Yeah.
That's where your Captain America with a gun is, by
Yeah,
the way.
just
if you
because
want to
I
know.
want to have a tank in this game which has a hit scan weapon. And he's just knock off
No,
Captain
I'm just
America.
saying, like, I'm just saying, if you want knock off Captain America, you should go
Yeah.
watch
At
Falcon and
least
Winter
I
Soldier.
watched Black Widow, which was like possibly the most pointless movie because they did it after she died.
Yeah.
If-
Okay,
if
that
they-
was a big plot point, but like you really needed the Falcon and the Winter Soldier to understand who John Walker
Yeah.
was and some of Bucky. They really ruined because Falcon and the Winter Soldier gives Bucky so much character that he is really sassy. They just kind of forget he like to use his lines. Like they used it a little bit, but not nearly enough like they do in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
I
where
think,
they make the wizard lines.
I think one of the Marvel movie things is just I'm very unlikely to sit down and watch the full TV show. Also because like I hate subscriptions. Like yes,
That's fair.
I can Jack Sparrow stuff, but just like as a concept, I hate subscription services.
Mischief and the king of Asgard.
Subscription services anger me on a fundamental basis.
I don't normally pay for mine. I piggy it back off my friends. How goes Rivals? You know, it's going.
Hi, Dex.
Hi, Dex. You want to join? You're more than welcome to join if you want.
Hey, Bpyong.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Does anyone wish to find out if they're worthy?
But we've been getting our asses kicked and then we finally won. Nah, I'm off on Terraria. Gonna play Calamity again?
Calamity.
He likes Calamity. He
No,
really
I
does.
don't know what Calamity is.
No, I'm talking about Dex. It's
4,
Terraria mine. You've done
Ah.
like 6 runs. I know. That's why I said again.
do is capture the mission area.
I need to play Terraria full stop. Oh crap! I should
We can
probably
all play
apologize to someone because it was like I said about play Terraria and then I completely blanked and they didn't remind me about it. Ah,
Oh,
I need to message a sorry to someone.
you have a video you're working on.
Oh.
I'd be down to play Terraria. It's just I'm not very good at it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be doing a Calamity run through the start when the video goes live. Yeah. I haven't really ever finished a Calamity run, I don't think.
I-
The mission area is yours to capture now.
A weekly thing? We could do that. If you're down to have us, Dex.
I'm.
Oh, it's on Calamity.
Lord.
I mean, like, after that, we could do Calamity mod. You, Quack, and I, and whoever else wants to join.
I need to message that. I'll message them after I die. And be like, ah crap, sorry, completely forgot.
Yeah,
I have many faces.
because I'd be interested in that. I know my track record for playing. Have you ever wondered what the lore for Calamity is? I'd love for you to yap at me about the lore of Calamity, Dex.
Oh, I forgot.
Come yap at me, brother.
The more the merrier.
You needed some help, didn't you?
Good, I like it. It's like a 1-hour long video. I'm so excited.
Ah, I don't like it when enemies appear behind me invisible.
You want to hear a synopsis?
I would love to hear a synopsis. Please come yap at me about your
Just
Calamity
surprise
hyperfixation
Dex
tech.
appearance.
Are
This is
you
not
ready?
too
I told him to
surprising.
come yap.
Okay, let me pull out the script. It's over
He's got the
10,000 words
script.
long.
That's a long
Over
script.
10,000? No, I feel like I feel like he could have had more in there. Did you cut it back?
I did, yeah.
I knew you did.
I mean, every
Okay,
script
here's
has
the thing
cutbacks.
about Dex. Dex has, you know how I have supernaturalism, and I have the supernatural hyperfixation, and I can talk to you about it for hours. I feel like Dex has that about Terraria.
Not just, it's just anything. Like, whenever I pick up a project,
Something
I
that
just
you're, like,
hyperfixate it
yeah.
for like... Yeah, so Terraria is now,
Sure.
but like, it could be anything.
No, because
minute,
were on Terraria, and then you were back off, and now you're back on.
Yeah. Well, obviously, each of my videos really are just hyperfixations. Some of them get like 100 views, some of them get 200,000 views. You know, that's just how it is.
That's video essays for
That's
you.
how the algorithm works,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. Right,
Anyway,
let's have a look.
yap at us.
Okay, let me just have a look at how big the script actually is. I don't think I downloaded the recent one that finished.
Exclusive
I've got to
preview
actually-
for the Dex
gotta, like-
video coming out soon.
Did
Yeah.
you make sure to send your text, Quack?
I got it.
I'm just gonna send it off now while we are spawn camping them, kinda.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so.
So, have a guess how many words and pages it is in total.
Okay, so you said it was 10,000 words, but the old script is longer, right?
Well, this is the new script. The old
This
script.
is the new script?
Yeah.
Okay, is the new script longer or shorter than the old script?
What do you think?
Longer?
Yeah.
Is it 35,000?
Thankfully not. That's a several hour video. No, it's 11,766 words, so 20
Oh, so
pages
only
long.
like- Oh, wow.
At type 11, so not even full size. Right. Okay. This could be an hour long on the stream itself, so I'm gonna try to really cut it down, like super cut it
Yeah,
down.
because I still want to watch your video, too.
Of course, gonna get a lot of stuff.
Don't give them all a preview
Yeah.
too much.
Right. So, I'll talk about this at the start of the video. If you've never played Terraria, none of it makes sense. But thankfully,
I have
the
never played
Calamity
Terraria,
Law
so-
kind of... right then. The Calamity Law, like, changes the law of Terraria itself, so you can kind of get away with not playing Terraria. Before the world... Now, a lot of the beginning, this is where it gets confusing. I decided to tell this lore chronologically, which was the worst decision
This
possible.
idea.
Because everything that you know about the lore is at the end of the story. So, like, you know, when you're getting towards. So, me trying to figure out, hey, how did everything actually start? Was surprisingly difficult. And in fact, I do get very, like, mad scientist at the end of the video. I had to force myself not to interrupt myself with theories. Like, because there's so many things in the middle of the actual lore that, like, there's not actually an answer
That
here.
is the most you thing I've ever heard. I had to
Yeah.
stop myself from theorizing.
Pretty much, yeah. And I had to stick at the end of the video because, like, there's so many things that I just was like...
Have you ever
That-
thought about working on game theory decks? I feel like that would be.
Probably could, yeah, probably could. But okay, so...
Game Theory is now run by a British
Before-
man as well, so.
Oh, well, it's actually me, it's my old, but it's not.
Oh my god, I can't believe I know Dextrius from
That's
game
crazy.
theory.
From game theory. I do actually make a game theory joke in the script as well, because I was like, yeah, it's
Of
crazy.
course you did.
So, at the start, I talked about like TwitchCon and whatnot, and actually, I did have a script, and I lost that script because it got nuked after I, lost internet for a whole week, so I had to start again. But you know,
I remember that.
fun. Anyway, so before everything in the game, in the world, whatever, right? There's a universe. It's a different universe to our own. No shit, okay? However, stars, stars and space, okay?
I like that. I
What
like where
is-
this is going.
What is mana is a good question, right? Now, mana, it's all over Terraria,
hardly
it's
know
all
it.
over mana, just Calamity, right? It's magic, you can make stars out of it. Well, it turns out, and this was, again, I found these with like a single line of dialogue from like one, just like really, the early story is very hard to figure out. So I spent a long time at the start figuring out what the fuck the story's telling us. From what I can understand, mana is alive. It's not just a thing, it's a living thing. And most
Well, now I
living
feel
things,
bad for using it.
well, it's supposed to be, because most living things are made of mana. That's why you consume mana to get more powerful, because you are made of mana.
So you're killing yourself to.
No. Think of it like if you had like a blob of slime and you put another blob of slime inside a slime, you make a bigger slime. You have a big blob of mana that's a person, and you have more mana, making a bigger blob of mana, you know? That's as far as I can understand it. However, it doesn't tell us that outright. What it instead tells us, though, is about stars. Before the world, mana exists in tiny fragments across the entire cosmos. Think like dark matter, but it's mana. It's a physical thing. And when it has like a sort of gravitational pull, when they come together, they create stars. And
Yeah.
when enough mana comes together, stars are alive. Now that was fucking crazy to read, by the way, because there is nothing in the Calamity Law that indicates that the sun itself is alive. So we're already off to a crazy
Well,
start.
Isn't there the Moon Lord? So therefore, the Sun Lord could also be a thing, right?
No. The stars themselves, not like an
Oh.
avatar of it. And the Moon Lord isn't made from the moon either. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
So-
Such a common misunderstanding. The Moon Lord hasn't anything to do with the moon.
Apparently, he has a name. It's like Exaron or something. Like
thought it's called
one guy
Steve.
referenced it, but there's
That
like
sounds
nothing
very
in the
fey.
actual. And there's nothing in the actual lore that gives his real name, so it feels half like the community made up some bullshit, or the devs have just like said it, like yeah, that's his name. Like I don't know. So I didn't include it. I just referred to him what is known as, which is the Moon Lord, or the one from Beyond the Stars as his other nickname. But whatever.
Marvel.
Cthulhu. It's pretty much Cthulhu.
Yeah,
And
he is Cthulhu.
yeah, I mean they fucking call it the Eye of Cthulhu. Of course it's Cthulhu. I don't know why they try and pretend it isn't. I think it's just copyright, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think
anyway.
makes
it might
sense.
be copied.
But that comes way later in the story.
Yeah.
At the start, the stars come alive, and the important part, what we don't know about the stars being alive is what the fuck does that mean, right? Stars are just alive and they just make heat. So that much we know. But the important part is when a star dies, it doesn't die like a star in our universe in that it either implodes or explodes, grows, and red dwarfs, black star, whatever. None of that. A star in Calamity dies like a corpse. It rots. The light starts to fail, and it gets infected with something called astral infection. Now
That's
this
no
is
good.
yeah, this is where it gets confusing because anyone who's played the game knows you fight like astral infection after you defeat the first section in hard mode, and this is why I'm doing the lore deliberately, lore-wise chronologically, not game-wise, because if you go by the game-wise, it makes no sense. This is just a fact of reality. Stars live, stars die, they get infected by astral infection, and astral infection is semi-sentient. It's kind of like a fungus in that it tries to spread itself. But unlike a fungus, it doesn't spread by living things, sentient things. It spreads by non-sentient things. It possesses materials and machines.
I mean, not about the death part. Sorry, we won the game.
Hey, let's go.
I mean, not woohoo death. That's terrible.
Woohoo
But
death.
yeah,
Now-
death.
I mean,
Now,
the
of course,
protocols are
loads of
very
s-
important, to be fair. If we're talking about eating
Well,
death.
exactly. Yeah. Well, that was meant for the thing you mentioned about eating. So there's a sort of order of balance, right? You can't. Why has the universe not just all gone to darkness if the stars rot and die, right? And it tries to spread itself. Well, that's because there's something called the astral deus. You fight one of them in the mod. It's a big boss.
Or
And-
Dias for some people. who don't
No,
know
it
what
was supposed to be
Deus is.
deus because it's
Yeah.
supposed to be space god. Literally, is Latin for
Oh,
space
so,
god.
yeah.
But I must clarify. This one gets fucking crazy.
Okay.
It's deliberately not called space god. It's the only
What?
god in a Latin. Well, actually, I think there's others, but it's a god in a Latin name or referred to a god in a Latin name because it's deliberately not a god, and you'll understand why. Because
presumably
gods
there are
have an
gods.
actual. Yes, gods have actual designations in the world, and let's just say the astral deus is like, how do I put it? It is a part of nature. Okay, it's a part of existence. Okay, what they do is they eat stars. They go around space,
Yeah.
eat dying stars. Okay, so they're required to stop stars from rotting. So they're important. They're part of the ecosystem of space. Gods in the world are referred to as pieces of shit. But we'll get there soon. they're way,
I mean,
la-
if you,
they're
if
way
you have
late in the story.
multiple gods, they tend to have a decent number of bricks amongst them.
Well, well, there's a reason why it's called Calamity, and we'll get
Yeah.
there soon. So, anyway, as we know, Astra and Deus, they go around eating star shit, right? Okay, world comes to be.
Yeah.
We have no idea how the world comes to be. It just is, okay? Now, it could be like ours, bunch of asteroids crashed together. I mean, there's planetoids, so clearly that is a thing. But it could also be something else. And the reason why I say something else is because there's something referred to as the world soul that is only mentioned in a single throwaway line.
But Desk Sky got a whole fucking theory on that, I'm sure.
Not only that, it's not even referred to as it's referred to as a fractured world soul.
Oh
So
my god.
that's a lot of questions what that means. But again, there's nothing in the law, so I'll leave it there. Okay, you can see why already this early on I
He
was having
had
so
to
many fucking
stop
theories.
himself again.
Like genuinely, this early on I was like, what the fuck does this mean? But anyway,
Well, basically-
right, so
Fractured, the pre-evolution of Paxorus, is the entire planet. It's clearly the
well, I mean,
explanation.
you know what, honestly, it's possible. Imagine at the end of Terraris, you fight the fucking planet. That would be crazy. Anyway, so enough of the confusing, weird setup shit. We don't really know much. World comes to be. Meteors crash the planet. They make those planetoids you find floating around. The floating islands are planetoids. That's their name. They're just
Yeah.
meteors that have got stuck in like gravitational lock. I thought there'd be something cool like from an ancient war they were flying. No, they're just in
They're planets,
gravitational
but
orbit.
smaller.
That's all they are. Yeah,
Planetoid.
they're just in orbit on gravity. That's all they are. I thought, oh, that's kind of underwhelming. I was like, okay, fair enough. But I mean, I kind of like that some things in the law are just like they just are. Like it's just a part of nature. And like, okay,
Because I said so.
no, it's not that. It's not like it's questionable. It's like I guess it makes sense. I could imagine an asteroid crashing into a planet and getting like a low orbit gravitational. Like
Yeah.
I mean, the moon is
It's,
that,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
isn't it just doesn't not just count as a moon if it is like orbiting?
It has
Because
to
like
be- I
Mars
think
is
certain
Depends on
size.
size.
Mars's
it's like- I think
moons
it's-
aren't even like rounded, but like they are moons because they orbit Mars?
No, I think
No.
it's based upon its size due to the like
Yeah,
like
it
its
doesn't have
size
to
in
be
comparison
spherical
to,
to be a
what
moon.
it's orbiting. Yeah, it's
Okay,
whatever it's
'cause
orbiting percentage wise.
the
And does it
planetoids
have
were
a gravitational pull?
planetoids because they orbit the sun rather than
No.
moon. Like this is like actual astronomy rather than
Oh yeah, yeah.
what they're saying in there. I'm spellbounded. I don't know what that means, but that can't be good.
No, it's good. It's Adam Warlock.
Yeah, yeah. It means that any damage you take, everyone's going to take around him who's connected to him.
Okay.
Reduce, like splitting it out. But yeah. So anyway, as far as we know back then, there was like 3 oceans, and one was a really deep ocean by the coast. It's nowhere that's weird, but there is no reason as to why it happened. Like it's just known that it was always around, and I don't know, maybe someone caused it, or maybe it's just a fault line. Anything could have done it. Either way, that's called the Abyss.
Okay.
Now, back then, all nice. There was hardly any desert. It was all just like bunch of.
Yeah, I'm.
What's it
They
called?
didn't
Bunch of
have high jump
fields?
kick. They only had jump kick. Sorry,
Can I
don't
help you?
talking chat.
I'll sort myself. Don't worry. Anyway, yeah. So world was like, not much desert, not much tundra, fair bit of grass, a couple of tribal peoples, not really many civilizations, that sort of thing. From where the story starts, dragons just are a thing. And I don't know whether dragons came at the start, they evolved, or they come from space. Because they come from a thing called or at least they worship a thing called the Aerie, which is like a big planetoid. I like to think that dragons are from space, but they could also just be from the world. Either way, dragons.
Space dragons.
And we'll get
Potentially space dragons.
So this is the first era, and I describe them in the video much like dinosaurs because
Okay.
they kind of are.
They're
But,
really good when they're medium rare and deep fried, you know?
best
How'd you
kind.
deep fry
Do
something
we
and
know
have
any
it be
dragon
medium rare?
VTubers? Wait, hold on. Do we know any dragons before I keep saying that?
I can't think
there
of
was one, but
any
he got
we know
cancelled.
a
dragon
dragon.
dragons. But then again, I've been around for significantly less than the rest of you.
Yeah.
I say that I've been around a few months now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But,
been
like,
quite ar-
It's not a
and
year.
I've
or
been
so.
around and then took a hiatus for a long time.
Yeah.
Real. And I've just been around. Just seen
and
it
I
for
was
the
around,
dawn of
I've
time.
been
and
around,
before
round.
I became a VTuber and then took a hiatus and then became a VTuber, a PNG tuber after, and then took a hiatus and then became a VTuber.
I might
So-
commission like a more proper fancy PNG, just kind of because I want more art and
I just like being nude and then just my nipples out and that's it,
Stop
How
ripping
cute.
off your shirt on my stream, otherwise people are gonna come into my chat and start saying "daddy" again.
it's
They're
more
just gonna
that
come.
when he
Full
talks,
stop.
the shirt manifests. It would have to be the other
Yeah.
way around for to be
Yeah.
ripping off the
Well,
shirt, right?
it used to be the other way around, and then he decided that he wanted his nipples out all the time. To which I said,
No, no, no,
Dex,
no.
that's inappropriate.
No. Yeah, I think it's funny this way because it goes dark when I don't talk, so you don't notice it. And I love it every time. You always get someone who's like, "Is Dex taking? Is it that?"
Shirt
Every
off.
time. Yeah. Everyone always thinks, "Have I,
think
seen
I
that?"
might have been one of the first people to notice. I
Yeah,
think.
it's
No,
fun.
do we need to
Anyway,
put a hot
so-
tub PNG in the corner to make us immune from TOS?
on
I think, yeah, I
Callie's-
think we need the hot time tag.
It's alright. On Callie's stream, she puts me in a cage.
I
Which
don't think it makes
worse.
it better.
On Cowie? Yeah.
Yeah.
How is Cowie?
She's doing alright. We're not collabing today. We normally do on Mondays, but she's off
It's
enjoying
it
a
is a
day
Monday.
out.
I
Yeah.
should.
Tell her
yeah,
I
should
said
also do
hi
that.
when you talk to her
I
next.
should also do that
Oh, we'll do. Be
scheduling
next
for
week.
Bob. No, scheduling is a nightmare.
I only schedule for collabs. Otherwise, it's just as and when.
Yeah, so I'm definitely down for Terraria with us three
Yeah,
or
well,
whoever
when I
else
get
wants to
there.
go. And we have to fucking commit to it this time. I know I didn't commit to it last time because I got
Really?
I think I got bored or I just got sick.
Thing is,
Which-
it is a game that does get quite because it's like either you're really into it or you're not. Like either you're into the next
I
8
was
hours of doing
into-
fuck all, or like
Yeah, it's a grind it out game, isn't it? So
yeah. 'Cause especially if you're trying to get like all the Ankh shield stuff, and which is like a bajillion items, and you get them in the most
Yeah.
awkward places, and you're just trying to get the immunities. It's like yeah. Anyway, dragons. So
Mm.
Dragons in this game
This
actually
is
have a different
Burke.
name. It's called auric dragons. That's their full name. What makes a dragon is a being that possesses a auric soul. Okay, essentially, imagine like a god soul or like a soul of primordial power. It's referred to.
I'm
They
gonna
refer
say
to
when a
these
mummy
as
dragon and a daddy
shattered
dragon
fragments.
love each other very much, but it's
Well, you know.
it's both that works as well.
My
make a-
mummy
they
demon
make a
almost married a dragon demon.
Real. Anyway, I refer to it as that there are loads of dragons. There are dragons of war, dragons of life, dragon D's nuts.
Yay.
Okay, Hiccup, chill.
That's in the fucking. Anyway, so yeah, auric souls, right? And this is the only part about the world soul where you can see where I lost my mind, because it's referred to here. It says that auric souls are souls that are made from shattered fragments of the world soul that every dragon possesses.
Also, if you don't put like a PNG of like fucking a broken toothless dance, I'm gonna be upset.
Bruh. I don't know.
For-
what's
for a while
I'm
you're
glad you
talking about
continued that
dragons,
statement.
Mm.
Well, most of
there's-
this movie don't put PNG up.
Anyway, there's billions of dragons, right? Well, not
I'm
billions,
still
loads of dragons.
listening. I'm running to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, there's only 2 dragons we know of though, Yaron and Zeratros. Zeratros is the king of the dragons and the dragon of light, and Yaron is the dragon of rebirth. Also named the resplendent phoenix, the jungle dragon, the dragon of rebirth. Just he got different names. Either way, they worship a land called the Aerie, giant dragon sanctuary in the largest planetoid. And the dragons don't really stick around there, but they get revived there by Yaron's powers, right? Because he's the dragon of revival. A lot of mortals would revere the dragons, time of peace and all that bullshit. You know how it is. Happy days, giant dinosaurs ruling the sky with godly powers. That sums up this era, right? Some mortals who were really trusted would be given monk status. Essentially, what they could do is they would go on to the Aerie, and their job was the holy job of tending to the needs of the dragons, which could be all sorts. Generally speaking, though, was protecting them when they were reviving or recovering from fights, battles, whatever. And all was well until the one from beyond the stars came, the Moon Lord. This is where the Moon Lord steps in the story. And it's important to note the Moon Lord we fight in the game is far weaker than the actual Moon Lord that came into the world at first. It was beyond comprehension, and it took all of the dragons going to war against the Moon Lord to stop him from destroying the world, essentially. And they couldn't beat him outright, but they were able to weaken his powers so much so that he was like a lesser version of himself and imprisoned him on the other side of the moon. Hence the name, the Moon Lord. And he was laid trapped there by the dragons, and far into the future would be trapped there by the dragon cult, which we do see in game, and we may or may not kill them, and we may or may not unleash the Moon Lord in doing so. But you know, we'll get there later.
Huh?
Oopsie daisies, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones disconnected and I just come back to you, and they may or may not have destroyed the world, but we'll get back to that later.
Well, I basically just said dragons were in power, all was happy and right with the world. Then
Yeah,
the Moon Lord came and tried to destroy the world. They fought the Moon Lord, and they weakened him to the point that he was able to be imprisoned on the moon. That's why he's named the Moon Lord, because he's trapped on there. The dragons would then do some worshipy whatever bullshit and keep it maintained to keep him up there. And then down the line, mortals will take over in the form of the dragon cult, and they would keep the consistent ritual of keeping the Moon Lord trapped as their one job. We kill them because that's the cultists in the main game. And then, you know, I wonder what happens after that. Oh, Moon Lord. So, you know. Anyway, however, the dragons didn't win this war without a great cost. A lot of them died, especially Zeratros, the king of the dragons. Now, it's okay. Dragons can revive. They just take a long time. We're talking hundreds of years.
But what if my favorite dragon, Toothless, dies, you know?
Probably did. Or ran away.
No!
See, it's okay. Dragons would be taken back to the Eyrie by the monks, who would then tend to them and protect their souls until Yaron's powers of rebirth would eventually work and, rebirth the dragons, as it
Oh, well,
happened
that's
for
okay
Time
then.
Millennia. Well, this would be okay if it
But-
wasn't for the arguably first recorded and greatest betrayal occurred.
What do you mean betrayal?
A monk whose name is not known broke his sacred vow. It's not known what was said in the chambers, but when it came to and he left, it had become apparent that he had consumed the soul of the dragon of Zeratros, ensuring his permanent death. The monk then spoke to the people, telling them of his newfound power taken from the dragon, and from then on called himself Zerok, the first of the gods and the god of light. This is where gods come from.
They go yum yum yum
I
yum yum
hate
to dragons.
gods.
Mortals who realized that they too could become gods and saw the dragons being weakened, in their time of great greed, would commit the genocide against the dragons, or the war against the dragons, where many of them led by Zerok would go on to kill and cut down and chase down dragons to consume their souls, ever increasing the army of the gods. The slaughter spread across the world, even species adjacent to dragons and supporters would be hunted to the end, until all dragons were seen as driven to extinction, thus bringing forth the age of the gods and the end of the dragons. So, that's the first calamity. It happens a few more times. So,
No!
the gods come to be. Don't worry, you do fight a few gods in the mod pack at least.
But the dragons don't get their justice,
Well, not yet they don't, because this is there's a good. Okay, dragons got
I'm
fucked
gonna
over.
go back and clip this, and it's just gonna be called Dex traumatizes Gumi.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, gods come to be. But I need to preface this. I suspect, reading the lore, it's biased. And that there may be something else going on here. Because most of the lore is told from one or two people's perspective. And there's mention from an alternative view very, very briefly. So
Yeah.
I suspect that maybe what we're told might not be the whole truth. But we'll get there.
Is it okay if I hit start, by the way, guys?
Yeah, go for it. This might be my last
Yeah.
game for a bit because I will have food semi soon. But like, I should
Okay.
have
Yeah,
time
this
for one more game.
is going to be my last one.
Real.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to
Anyway.
continue after eating or not. I feel like continuing after eating. Probably,
You
so
probably
I
just
might
like sit
go
around and
tonight.
listen to the story whilst you're eating.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get to sit in story time. I do have to go at some point, but not yet because they're
That's
not
fine.
awake yet.
So,
Can-
gods. they
yeah,
came
I
to
could,
be.
I could just have the Dex say, "Gone eating, listen to Dex story time." While I
Yeah, you listen to story time. Yeah,
Dex and Gumi yap and story.
Because I
Real.
think on my be right back
I-
screen,
I think it's
the
really
Discord.
good for you, Dex, to just have me reacting just while you're telling me the story. It's just like Dex tells Gumi a story.
Yeah, sure. But no, anyway,
We should-
so
that would be a
gods.
fun video. Dex tells Gumi story time.
anyway,
Storytime
so
streams.
gods. Now, I don't suspect that all gods came to be via violent bloodshed, but all of them did come to be
Dragon
by eating a soul.
genocide.
Yeah, so I feel like at least it's implied that some gods were made by the gods. So like gods would kill a dragon or whatever to
That's
make
not
someone else a god.
better.
No, but they would. But the point is, like, one god would try to make a mortal a god. Okay, now it's not perfect, and again, it's important to note that while not all of them were made by bloodshed, some of them, all of the gods were made by consuming a soul. That's the important part. So a dragon had to die to make a god, and there are a few gods that we know. Zeratros, as we know, would be consumed by the monk, becoming Zerok, who's the god of light and the first god. The Dragon of Flames, we don't know their name, would be consumed by the profane goddess. The Dragon of Death would be consumed by the god of necromancy, who would then later on become the Ravager. The Dragon of Gluttony would be consumed by the Slime god, and the Dragon of Life was consumed by Sylvie the Elemental. There are many more that we don't know. There are shrines throughout the world But during the
Yeah.
Age of the Gods, empires started to form, and it's important to note that our story comes from a perspective of someone who hates the gods. Okay, so everything you hear about the gods is they're pieces of shit. But
Well, I
there
mean,
are
they kinda
people.
are pieces of shit.
I mean,
Well,
from
yeah.
the story of
Killed
the
a bunch
person
of
who hates the
dragons!
gods.
Exactly from how they came to be, yeah. But well, how much of that is true?
Yeah.
Because there is a
And how
there is
good
a,
were the
an
dragons
implication.
anyway?
Well, we don't know that much
Yeah.
either. So
The dragons could have been
there is
the
an
worst
implication.
TM.
Majestic quack.
I mean,
How dare you bring this blasphemy?
I did mention, didn't I?
I mean,
about
you're
the fracture of
blaspheming
the
against
world
the
soul.
gods.
I have it part of my theory. It's entirely possible the dragons killed something to become gods themselves, or dragons of gods, or whatever. Same way how the gods killed them to become gods. So, but either way, that's not in the lore as far as I can read. It's just what it looks like might be the case if you put things together. Anyway, dragons good, gods bad. That's the perspective of the writer in this so far. However, that's not the case for everyone. A lot of civilizations would actually worship gods. Some of them might have been by force, or some were indifferent. Like the first city of Azufir, which is the city in the underworld. Which, by the way, at this
Dex
time,
keeps saying like pretty words.
I need
Yeah.
to steal names. Names are
It's
very
making my
much
head
hard
go all
to...
fuzzy.
crazy. But no,
Making names is
he's-
so
he's-
hard.
But in the underworld, it wasn't hell, right? When you play Terraria, it's all hell and fire and lava. Back then, it was just like a giant deep cavern. Think like dwarves, a huge open cave that founded the city of Ajafir, which used magma vents to forge stuff, and actually became very quick at like developing and science and technology and whatnot because giant natural thermal vents make great use for forging and whatever. So they had some of the greatest forge in the world. They started back during the dragons, but they didn't. They were kind of indifferent to dragons and gods at the start. Ilmaris is the city in the ocean, a giant ocean empire that spanned many sea creatures. Think like Atlantis.
Disconnected.
Yeah,
Cool, Rick,
I think I'm fine. Cool. I just disconnected from the rivals for some reason.
Oh dear. But yeah,
Because again, it's US servers, so I'm not surprised I would have issues.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to change it for you.
No, it's fine.
Rip.
Don't worry. I'm just hitting the reconnect button, so she'll be good.
When you come
Busy.
back, if I'm still streaming, just let me know.
No, it's fine.
when we're in the lobby.
Legitimately, it's fine because it's not been that bad generally. So I think this was just like a recommended pick duel list. What a bulls is going wrong with this game? Cool. I'll try out
Anyway,
a duel list. I'll play
continue,
Punisher. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure. So, anyway, so Ilmaris, the essentially Atlantis of this world, full of a lot of sea creatures, and they would use sea creatures as like like how we do with horses. Like they have giant sea serpents they could use for defense, and they have
Seahorses,
giant
if
like
you will.
hippocampus they'd use for seahorses. Yeah, they'd have different names like the hippocampus or whatever, but it's that sort of thing.
I like
They would use a lot of living underwater creatures as part of like tools and tech, and so you're very, very adaptive. And they worship some sort of water god, but it's not known which god they worship. It's just known that they support the gods. And there are like, loads of different types of worship and supporters. And there was a civilization in the sky. We don't know who they were, but there was. There was some in the jungle, different tribes. Most people worship the gods at the start, or at least at some point anyway. It's not clear if it was by genuine worship. It might be that over time people forgot about the supposed crimes of the gods, and people just grew to worship them as gods, as you would.
Because
Either way,
for a reason, presumably.
People should
Well,
worship me as a god.
of course.
And you're a
I
demon,
am
isn't that
no
like?
dragon.
But they do have powers, right? So that's probably what put mortals into like, yeah, we should worship them. Now, I do talk about a few gods here because they don't really appear up later too much, but you do fight them. We have a few, so I'm going to go through a few of the gods and how they came to be. The first one's the Profane Goddess. You fight her very late in the mod, so it's funny to see her here. Here's as far as we know, and it's from their church's scripture. There used to be, a long time ago, 4 soldiers. You had the commander, the healer, the defender, and Providence. They worked together to take down the Dragon of Flames with, by their words, wits, teamwork, loyalty, determination, and righteous fury. However, Upon smiting the beast, they found themselves at an impasse. All 4 of them wanted to consume a dragon's soul, however, only one of them could ascend to godhood. How
Okay.
Providence became chosen is unknown, but within the church, the profane goddess, there are the scriptures as follows. According to scripture, for the commander, he had argued that he was the wisest. Providence had told him, you need temper your wisdom with action that we might impose our will upon the world. For the defender, she had said she was the strongest. Providence told her, you lack strength of conviction. You might try to pluck the stars from the sky. For the healer, he said he was most courageous. Providence told him, your courage blinds you to the truth that your overconfidence would doom you. And finally, Providence spoke for herself. The world is without guidance and its people are filled with darkness. Let us go forth and light the world anew. After consuming the soul, Providence would become the profane goddess. And the other 3, I don't know how this came to be, would go on to become her soldiers, losing their autonomy. More vessels. Now, what we know is, as a fact, is that the worshippers of the profane goddess actually believe in ending inequality.
Oh, that's nice.
By
I gotta go
reducing
disappear and
everything
eat.
to ash.
As you
Yeah.
can see,
Yeah,
my stream
cool.
says eating, and it says stream will be right back. Story time with Dex and Give Me. It's also on the
Of course,
stream.
okay.
So I'm a disappearer, but
Yeah.
I'll return.
No worries. Of course.
So
So,
is the profane goddess? Does she say fuck a lot?
well, let me finish that quote that I got interrupted with. The worshippers of the profane goddess believe in ending inequality by reducing everything to ash, purified in fire and destruction.
Oh, I
Her
like that.
followers- Yeah, her followers are weak of will, and it's assumed that she gains her power by taking their will from them. And it's probably what happened to the profane
less
guardians.
interesting.
Yeah, it's the soldiers in the scripture story. Regards, she seeks to take over the world and turn it all to ash, right? That's essentially her job. One goal, burn it all. Everyone who worships her becomes part of her minions and her thralls. That's why she's quite powerful. The Ravager. It is a sickening flesh golem made for destruction. You summon it by blowing a death whistle. It's created by rituals of great sacrifice, and it is no more a god than it is a weapon of war. And I do go into it a little bit later as to why they made it, but basically what actually happened is the god of sacrifices had consumed the soul of the dragon of death. And at some point, the god of sacrifices died, and the necromancers who worshipped it wanted to try to resurrect him and turned him into the Ravager, which is a horrible way to go. Essentially being turned into a walking weapon of hate.
I feel like that would be a bad thing, yeah.
Yeah, and there's actually a rework, and it is fucking horrifying when it's done. But yeah. Next, we've got the Slime God, one of the earlier gods you fight and bosses. So it's the first time you fight a god. It's pretty.
Slime King, right?
No. Slime King's actually like a lesser version. I think the assumption is a Slime King had consumed an auric soul, thus becoming the dragon god or the slime god. Now, the confusing part is when you fight it, you actually fight two things. You fight the Ebonian and Crimulan slimes, big slimes, right? One's corruption,
the
one's
big one.
crimson. Yeah, but there's actually a thing in between it, like a ball that connects the two. That's the slime god. Despite what
It's
you
like you
fight,
have
you
the
don't.
slime flail.
Yeah, and the two big slimes are actually just its guardians. And when you kill the guardians, it runs away. One notable thing about its god, the only reason why it's still around is it's very flighty, it's cowardly, it runs away at any moment of threat and uses slime in the world to rebuild a new guardian. That's why when you actually kill it, you later on will fight the queen slime, which is the same slime god. It's actually what happens is the slime god runs away, hides in the Hallow, builds up all of its strength it can, and encases itself in the queen slime through its own released energies, which makes it very powerful, making it a harder boss to fight now, but also means it can't escape. So when you kill the queen slime, you finally kill the slime god. So yeah, which also makes sense to why you were able to kill it in a weaker state anyway early on in the mod.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, so the thing is a very minor god in reality, but what is interesting is it's worshipped by the Onyx clansmen, who essentially are a clansman of ninjas, right? They
like
worship
ninjas.
it. Yeah, mostly because it like runs away from stuff, and that's its whole thing.
Does that mean the pirates worship Cthulhu if the ninjas.
No one really
Aw.
worships Cthulhu.
Aw.
Really, they just kind of it's like its own entity, its own faction. But yeah, let's see. So here I do talk about like this idea of auric ore. Basically, if you're seen as worthy, you can work auric ore, but because gods took the power for themselves, they're seen as not worthy, so they can't have it. Anyway, let's go to the fun part you wanted to hear. The fall of
Yeah.
the gods, right? How did they come to an end? Well, it all happened in Azifir. It's important to note this place just like it was
What a
it
pretty
was
name.
indifferent to gods. It was like it didn't go against them, but it didn't have much worship. And it starts with finally we get there, the protagonist of the lore and antagonist of the lore. Very much you're gonna hear a story here of what was the quote? Either die a hero or live to become the villain. And this is what
I
happens
love
to this
that
character.
quote.
Because this character lives for far too long. So, let's have a look. So at the later end of the years, gods ruled most of the world, and then I talk about Azufir and Ilmaris. And we finally talk about the hero of our tale, Yarim. Yeah, and that's confusing. Yarim and Yaron. Similar name, except from the I and the O at the end. They're literally very close, quite deliberately so, because they're seen as like essentially somewhat tied together. I think it's probably deliberate. I suspect that Yarim may not be his real name, and that Yarim is the name that he adopted later on, but we'll see. Either way, who he was back then, unknown. He must have been someone of great stature and respect, though, because the people of Azufir trusted him, or at least had some level of faith in his being. And it must have been to such a point that the gods were willing to get the egg of Yaron and give it to him. They wanted him to consume the auric soul of Yaron after it hatched from the egg, so that he could become a god. So he wanted them on their side. Now, the reason why Yaron's in an egg is because he's the dragon of rebirth. Unlike the others who just died, he would go into an egg and then would be reborn as like a phoenix. But it's not known when he died to go into the egg. But from what I can tell, it must have been after all this shit happened, the gods rise to power, because from what I can understand, most of this section is told from his perspective, or at least him telling Yarim. And the reason why Yarim's important is because he's the one who tells us most of the lore. He speaks to us through like soul shards and tooltips, so that's how we know a lot of this. He just doesn't do it outright. So a lot of the story comes from his perspective. When presented the choice to become a god, this is before Yaron even entered the scene, he was just Negia, Yarim refused. He was repulsed by the idea of consuming the soul of a dragon. And as punishment, he was sentenced to death. He was be thrown into magma pits, his execution in the underworld with the egg of the dragon he was
Sorry, bro.
consumed.
I don't want to kill another being to better myself.
Well, you know, the gods get their way.
That's a crime, apparently.
Well, I mean, these are the same guys who genocide the entire race to become gods. It didn't really surprise you, does it?
No.
So Yarim was supposed to die here, right? Now I do actually put a bit here in the lore that I had to pause here because something didn't make sense to me, and this is where I open up the video about the bias of the source, because they threw in the egg of Yaron with him, and the confusing part is, why would gods just throw away an auric soul? You know, the thing that made them a god.
Maybe the only way to get out was to become a god and do what they wanted in the beginning.
Well, what I mean is, right, the gods give him the egg, right, so that when the egg hatched, he could consume the soul. So Yarim says no, you kill Yarim. Okay, that makes sense. Why not just get someone else to consume the soul who is in your line with you? Which is where I use as a note of the source maybe potentially biased, and making the gods look like a hedonistic idiots who don't know what they're doing is in line with what Yarim will want them to say, because of course he's pissed off at getting assassinated or executed by the gods. So I imagine make him look like they're stupid. Either way, it might also be just an oversight in the law. I don't know. Maybe there's the information not all there.
Yeah.
Either way, when Yarim's body,
think that it's like a bad, like an unreliable narrator in that sense.
Yeah.
Because I think that gives it depth.
Exactly. Well, as Yaren's body sank below the magma and he was getting burned, as he was about to die, the egg of Yaron hatched, and the resplendent phoenix arose from the flames and saved Yaren from his untimely end in the moment. And in that moment, had saved each other. You know, Yarim saved Yaron from the magma, and Yaron had saved Yarim from the magma. Yarim had saved Yaron from being consumed. Okay, again, the names get confusing. Thankfully, when we get past this section
turned
of
to an Ouroboros situation there.
I know. Thankfully, later on, there's not much mention of Yaron for a good portion of the lore, so we don't have to keep getting confused. It's mostly Yaron's story, but for now, it will be. After they get out of the lava, Yaron tells Yarim of what happened: the betrayal of Zerok, the War of the Gods, the rise and fall of dragons, the fact that he remained the last of the Auric dragons. That's the important part. Yaron is the last of the Auric dragons, as far as we know. There is no other dragon alive. So, rip. There are like,
fist, I guess, you know.
yeah. And it turns out from that point forwards, their souls were entwined. See, Auric souls don't need to be consumed to gain the power of dragons, unknown to them all.
You just have to befriend the dragon. You just had to do a how to train your dragon situation.
No. Beyond that, the dragon can do essentially a soul bond, which is life and death. Right, you are tied as one. Most dragons would not do this with a mortal, because why would you?
Because mortals suck.
Back in the day, they were immortal gods, so there was no need to do so. But now that all the dragons are nearly gone and it's the last dragon left, it's like, well, fuck it, I may as well. And they saved each other's life. It seemed like a natural process. And not only does he gain all the powers of the dragon, he also has the ability to shape auric metal, because gods can't. They're not worthy. But if you bond with a dragon, you are. Yeah. So he was able to mold metal, which gave him a massive edge. Now, here's the thing. One man and a dragon would be a bit dangerous for the gods, but the gods did, wipe out all the dragons. It's not enough. Yaron and Yarim would need an army. And where better to start than the city that respected Yarim over the gods? Azathoth. And so the crusade began. There's actually a date for this, on the 6th of the 19th, 1781. This is by their world standards. The crusade began by using Azathoth. Yarim's influence was able to quickly grow in strength in his forces. They turned it into a fortress city, producing weapons of war, and Yarim began his march against the gods. He'd offer no mercy, much akin to how they treated the dragons, and a lot of smaller settlements would either side of his force or be wiped out in their entirety. With his growing army came his retinue, and this is where we get to meet a lot of the characters in the story. The first of which would be the Archmage Permafrost. In the beginning, this magician would serve as counsel. In the beginning, he would serve as counsel, and what his job was essentially was organizing Yarim's forces, and then when taking cities and towns, organizing the management of said cities and towns. Permafrost was pretty much like on it in terms of like he plays Sims and City Skyline and all that shit. Like he was good city management stuff. Yarim, not so good at that. He was great at war. He had a great knowledge of historical and military warfare. He wasn't so good at managing
he's
people.
for honor.
Yeah, pretty much. So Permafrost was a solid addition to his forces, and in this meantime, Permafrost would set up his research in the Arctic, and he would start making Krajan ore. He's a nice guy. He loves his ice. But he's also noted he's so incredibly powerful that he would probably, at the beginning, would have actually rivaled Yarim. He was really powerful. He just never fought on the front. He chose to do, management instead. Soon after this, the Dragon Cult. You remember the Dragon Cult we mentioned?
I do remember the
dragons got
Dragon
wiped
Cult.
out. Yeah, after the dragons got wiped out, someone's got to stop, the Moon Lord coming down and wiping out the world.
power vacuum.
So the Dragon Cult, who still worship the dragons, would go on to ensure that he wouldn't return in secret in a place called the Dungeon, which you can find in the game. In here, they would keep a few things, outside of the eyes of pesky people coming to explore. They had a lot of ways of doing that, such as placing curses. That's where Skeletron comes from. An old man wandered into the dungeon, and they made him into a giant skeleton creature. So, you know,
Oops.
they most gods just didn't go to the place. It just wasn't valuable. There was no one to rule over anyway. It wasn't worth it. So they just stayed away from these mad cultists who would just make demons out of people just because they walked on their land. It wasn't worth it. These guys really were crazy. I mean, they wanted to like resurrect dragons, and they make like necromantic dragons and stuff, and they were like dragon obsessed, like actual weebs for dragons. It's crazy. And also they were immortal because they did everything they could to ensure their life remained on and continue their task. So as crazy as they were, at least they had an important purpose. And after they found out that, oh shit, a dragon's alive, and that it sided with Yarim, that's when they threw their hat into the ring and would tell of their plight of wanting to resurrect dragons and also protecting the Moon Lord. But they kept everything secret at first, such as what dwelled deep within the dungeon. But over time, they would see Yarim as their champion and the savior of the dragon people, and would eventually open up their shit to the dragons.
A lot of fucking dragons.
You know, and it turns out there's a few things in that dungeon that would probably spell some bad stuff later down the line.
But that's not
get
important
there.
right now.
Not now, yeah, we'll get there. As for now, they just support him. Yarim gained a new title, the Godslayer. And the number of gods he cut down the first days was so many that he ended up tainting the land itself with their corpses and blood, which would create what we now know as the corruption and the crimson. Yeah, the essence of dead gods. And here's the thing, it was actually a mistake. He didn't realize, I mean, you would have thought he would have done, but that killing a lot of gods with a lot of godly essence tends to, you know, corrupt the land, and probably not a good thing. They would rot and fester, and its energy would spread. So they needed to find a way to see all the essence of slain gods. And so the Wall of Flesh was made by the people of Azathoth. What it would do is it would secure the godly essence of the world, and made of all the flesh of the dead, beings. But it had a limit, and that's the important part. It could only consume so many gods, and there were so many more gods to kill. So it worked for a while, and of course that explains why when you kill the Wall of Flesh, it will release all the, all of the energy of corruption and crimson and hallow and everything, because it was sealed away.
Yeah.
Now, a few of the bosses you fight early on, Eye of Cthulhu, Brain of Cthulhu, Eater of Worlds, these are actually just natural creatures. But they appear more often, thanks to things like the corruption and crimson, more these days. But they've seemed to be always like a sort of reality in the world. The gods would fight them. I think they might be more remnant of the first death of the dragons. But either way, they're seen as like a semi-normal product of life at this point. And this would go on. The wars would rage, and the Godslayer would grow stronger and stronger until our next member would step in the story, and probably the most relevant for what happens, and also huge in the lore, because he's the only character from the lore we actually get to speak to. Spoilers at the very end of the mod, but I mean that's the whole point. Drayden, he invents a lot of technology. He's the mad scientist type. Basically, Drayden awoke in a lab like hundreds of years prior. He woke up in he's the one where we get dates from. He woke up in 11, 19, 12, 27. Like, motherfucker woke up hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And he was 6 centuries old by the time of the actual game. And it seems to be that some biological creature who was intelligent had strapped himself up with cybernetics and then created Drayden, who's like a nano robot essentially. And he had 2 jobs. His jobs were scientific development and creation. Those were his 2 things he was made to do.
Always goes great in that form.
We'll see.
Always.
At the start, he would send out scout drones in the world. After about 100 years of expanding the lab he found himself in, again, he's a robot. He doesn't really have like many more thoughts other than development, and that's it. He would eventually send out these drones. People would notice there's drones. He realized that this would cause issues, so he started developing stealth technology, until eventually the last mention of his drones was mentioned in 1421. That's not like 300 years before the Crusade. Eventually, he would sit in silence for 300 years. And then when Yarim's crusade began, Drayden had become of the Godslayer's forces after they started their crusade on his continent. So it was a different continent to Yarim when it started. And when he found out Yarim was going to take over a city or siege it, he became interested when he found out there was an Auric dragon with his army. And he would plan on gaining an edge by getting towards the siege before they start the siege. They could oh yeah, I'll help you with my technology. When he arrived, the city had fallen a week prior. That's how powerful Yaren's forces were at this point. And it impressed Drayden, because all of his scientific research said, no, it shouldn't make sense, but here we are. And he ended up coming across Yarem during cleanup efforts in his drone. He would never show his actual face. He'd send a drone out. And this is where a tense standoff happened, where he revealed who he was. Yarem immediately deduced that Drayden was the one who made those robots 300 years prior, which obviously impressed Drayden because it means that Yarem is well studied of the world's affairs, and the fact that he even knew this is crazy enough. Yarem ended up being very receptive to Drayden's ideas of supporting his forces with science, looking to move towards his heart of his city and be his scientific advisor. But skeptical at first, it could be a boon because with all his power. But then Drayden threw a few examples of what he could do, and then that was it. He was proved in. The inventions that Drayden made quickly sped up the war's pace, but also would commit a few war crimes if it existed. Don't exist in the world, so it's fine. But and what's more important is that Drayden used his robots to essentially spy on the entire empire, and he became the spy master, which meant that nothing could be done in his army without being noticed. Most importantly, his research was expanding mining. First research was expanding mining outside of Azerfjord, so they wouldn't be so reliant on the city's resources and would mass produce across the world with arms and armaments, and would create what's known as the arsenal, weapons, mining, whatever, and would cause the sulfuric sea because he threw a bunch of shit in the ocean. Yeah. Then we finally entered the phase known as the Long War, where Yarem had slaughtered so many gods at the point that the war just stretched across the globe, and lines were drawn everywhere. It was an absolute mess. And you either stood by the gods or their slayer. And Ilmaris, who was in favor of the gods, became the natural enemy of the armies of Yarem, and they got to a standstill. They were masters of the ocean, whereas Yarem controlled the land, and they couldn't really enter each other's territory without getting destroyed. I mean, one side's got a dragon and war, biochemicals. The other one has all the creatures of the sea. So, it's a...
Holy Gumi, did you get any even bigger? What do you mean?
Bigger.
What do you mean I got bigger?
You're growing.
I'm not growing.
There's also the lizards. It seems to be the lizards were supportive of a certain god, but the god abandoned them at some point, but they still worship the god, and Yarim really hates them. At someone's footnote they put... Okay.
They're talking about my dick all the time, Dex. It's like some of your chat came in here. I don't know what it is.
Hey, listen, at least it's not mine.
Dex's dick is bigger than mine. Bigger
That's
than
crazy.
26 inches.
Jesus. In circumference a lot. Okay. Anyway. Now, it was funny when I was reading researches to this section about lizards. The person who was writing it noted that apparently Yarem is really racist against the lizards. And I'm like, fucking hell. Okay, I get
well, at
it.
least they pointed out that there was lizard racism. So you didn't have
Essentially,
to find out yourself. You're like...
Anyway, one of the gods that was killed this time was Sylvia. We mentioned Sylvia, who consumed the dragon alive. She was killed and thrown into the abyss. It's important because, being the god alive, she tried to survive, and her essence was spread across the entire abyss, creating the grassy land that you see now. So if you ever dive into the abyss, you'll see this grassy mulch that looks confusing, like why is there grass in the bottom of the ocean? Is because Sylvia tried to spread her life around and purify the ocean, which is why it's not got acid at the bottom. Bit of lore there for you. Anyway, but also her being thrown in there throughout the water elemental who lived in the abyss, Anahita, who lived with her pet Leviathan. Her song's quite sad. It's essentially, like Anahita's like a siren, or at least looks like a siren, and her domain's all the oceans. Now, every elemental looks to spread their domain, so Anahita wants to flood the world, of course, but she can't. She's, she just kind of lives in that land, and that's about it. And she lives with her Leviathan, like a pet, like a friend, somewhere between the two. And you kill them.
Oh.
There's like no reason why. You just
do?
fuck it. Yeah. I mean, you can.
You're just fed up with all this shit, and you're like, I need an outlet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. So, like, to be fair, she does try to sing you in with a lullaby. You know, she appears as question marks. You hear her singing in the ocean.
Chatters, for those of you who just came in, Jex is telling story time about Terraria
yeah.
Calamity lore.
Calamity mod, yeah. So anyway, but that's separate. There's a few sad characters in this. Sylvia is really just like someone who gets wrapped up in things. It's just an elemental. It is what it is, but you kill it anyway. Spence to the right. Good lord. Now,
wait, I thought mine bent to the left the last time I checked.
Ben's back to front like a pogo.
Hold on. Let me just think about Bucky Barnes real quick. Straight again.
That's crazy. That's not what that means.
I know. That's not how it works.
Good lord. Anyway, so now that we've gone past the phase of the long war, we start to move into the area of you either die a hero, which is one section. The next section is obviously, that's where I named the two sections here. So the first one is a new character. We get to meet, as the Crusade War waged on, now they'd hit like a sort of stalemate. They couldn't take Ilmaris, and there's a few other factions who were very resistant. They needed like essentially a force multiplier to make the difference. So this is where the Brimstone Witch appears, whose name is Calamitas. Remind you of anything?
Calamity.
Yeah. It's also why
Do I get a gold star?
Sure. Well, she's the last boss you fight in the mod pack, but I really feel bad for her because her story is very fucked. In Azafure, there once was 3 siblings: Cataclysm, Catastrophe, and Calamitas.
And Calamity.
Whoever, we don't know what their actual names were, only by their monikers. Cataclysm was the eldest of the 3 siblings. He was, at the time, he was a brawler of great renown, and with very few matched his raw strength.
Hello,
he was
I'm
very
back, by the
protective
way.
of his sister. Welcome back. We're continuing. He was protective of his sister and vowed to protect her even in death. Catastrophe was the middle child and a skilled swordsman. He spent his time taking up mercenary work to put food on the table, but despite his bloody career, did his best to not expose it to his sister and keep her safe, so that she didn't suffer from his work even in death. And finally, there's Calamitas, who is a small girl who is possessed with very subpar magical attributes except one: brimstone magic. The brimstone magic she had control over was so powerful compared to all others that she was deemed an apocalypse walking, essentially. Now, it's not known how her brothers met their end, but it's implied that Calamitas may be at fault in some way. As when she first enters Yarim's employ, she's brought to his court with charred rags and is trembling, terrified, obviously. She's just a small girl, like
She's
not even a teenager yet.
Just
Yeah.
below.
And Permafrost takes to her, believe it or not. I mean, he's a court magician, of course, and he employs Yarim to bring her into his service and take care of her. Now, overseeing her, Permafrost also felt a pang of guilt, and he offered to tutor the girl and then soon after his service. Over time, Permafrost would become like a father figure towards Calamitas, which is why what happens later is very fucked up. Like I said, she's got a very sad story. Now, an important thing about brimstone magic and Azafure that I've not mentioned. In Azafure, there is a elemental that sleeps. I've already mentioned a few elementals. We've already mentioned Anahita and Sylvia. This one is just called as the Brimstone Elemental, and this one's been asleep the entire time that Azufia has been around. But obviously, Brimstone is linked to the Brimstone Elemental, and it's supposed that the Brimstone Witch's powers come from the Brimstone Elemental. And one thing that's noted about her powers is, despite their fantastically powerful strength, they do have a great cost, and that is that it causes great mental strain and can even bring someone to insanity. This is what happens to a clone that was made by Drayden way later on of her, because trying to match her powers, which it goes insane because it can't wield her powers. So
it's not her.
yeah, and this is what this is kind of like why Permafrost was very much against her using her magic and trying to help her control it. And quickly did not want her to send her on to, missions. He would reprimand Yarim, despite Yarim being essentially their ruler. Permafrost was the one closest to him, and he would actually tell Yarim off for trying to make, the girl go to fight for him. So what happened was,
that's a kid, bro.
Well, Yarim would instead start making the girl go fight in secret without Permafrost's knowledge, which of course caused
as it always goes.
Yeah, and again, we're entering war crime territory now. So at this stage, he's desperate. The war's been going on for about 100 years at this stage. So yeah, he's like any and every means at this point, and we ain't even got there yet, because he gets far worse. But her using her powers is of course destroying her mentally, and she suffers a lot of psychological damage from this. And when she is using her powers, she goes in a sort of mania or a manic episode where she just wants to kill and burn everything. That's why her powers are so dangerous, because you let her loose, she will destroy everything in her path. So that's why Permafrost was very against it. And she was critical. And if you want a great summary into what happened, Ilmaris isn't there anymore in the world. Because she was sent and tasked by Yarim to bring an end to their deadlock, and her power was so great that she burned the ocean itself. The desert in the world, the desert that you find has an ocean. Yeah, if you go under the desert, you will find an ocean in the map, because that's known as the under ocean or the underwater or sea or whatever.
That's unrealistic. It should be glass. Just saying, it should have turned into glass.
Well, it wasn't instant. It happened over a long period of time. So, in other words, she kept fighting things, and then slowly the ocean boiled till there was nothing but sand left. And
I hope you enjoy your new laptop, Lucifer. Yeah.
And yeah, they suffered a lot. I mean, imagine being in a hot tub that keeps heating up and doesn't stop until the water itself boils. And yeah, everything suffered. It was horrible, and it was on a ocean-wide scale. Yeah, she burned an ocean. that gives you the idea. And there's a few sea creatures that tried to run. Others would adapt to the new sand biome. I mean, the shark that you can find, I think it's one of the big shark bosses of the early map. That used to be a sea creature that then became a sand shark.
I can't remember what his name is, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it became a sand shark because of the incineration. And then you've got a crab. There was a giant crab. It was quite a common species, but they all got wiped out bar one. This giant crab would run away from its home and would find a new home in a giant underground biome full of mushrooms, where it would remain and get trapped, and then would die before being reawoken by the mushrooms themselves, creating the creature known as Crabulon.
Oh, Crabulon!
Yeah, it's got funky music and it's funny, but really it is just someone who ran from its home, died in a foreign land, and became a zombie. That's pretty much what happened here. So.
Oh.
Yeah, funky music though.
Well, as long as the music is funky, I guess.
Now go back to another faction here. We mentioned that in the Is Quack dropping in on your game?
Yeah, Quack's in practice range right now.
Yeah, I was just
when have you
messing
dropped
around in practice range a bit.
Real. So anyway,
Are you
so
and Dex going to see Fantastic Four? I at least am.
I don't think so. No,
I'm
I'm not.
going to.
I'm gonna hop out of the chat.
All right,
Okay.
Alright, see you
later,
later,
Ruby.
Ruby.
Wooden.
Y'all
See,
take care and have a good one.
Kitsune, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, welcome in. I'm Gumi. I'm a cat hellion VTuber. I'm a runaway prince from hell. It's very nice to meet you.
We yapping.
We yapping. My
So-
friend Dex is telling us about Calamity lore. And my friend
Yeah,
Quack and I
yeah.
are playing Marvel Rivals.
Good time, good time. So,
Mhm.
remember the dragon cultists?
Yeah.
I remember how they were hiding something in the dungeon?
Hey, remember those guys we talked about earlier? Oh wait, I accidentally did I invite Omak or did I invite you?
No,
on
you invited
accident?
me.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Don't have to hit the turbo
Yeah,
button
well,
so this
yeah.
works.
So yeah,
Mikey,
there was
let me-
a... You right there, Quack?
Yep, I was just hitting the turbo button, so hopefully my fan doesn't pick up on the microphones.
Be right. But yeah, so those crazy guys in the dungeon. Eventually, they actually let him into the dungeon, and they got to go explore the dungeon. And it turns out, deep in the dungeon is a thing called the Ceaseless Void. Turns out there is a tear in reality just in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
well that's nice. I like Terrace
And-
Reality. That's where I hide.
Out of the tear in reality, I would say steps, but more glides, is the Devourer of Gods. At the time known as the Devourer,
It's pretty hungry.
is a ginormous snake-like creature who, well, in its name, devours gods. Now, here's the thing. While this creature would agree to work with Yarim, I specify agree to work with, not follow and not worship.
No, equals. If that, you know.
Here's the thing. Not very loyal. It's strongly implied
Well,
in nearly
no
every
shit.
source. Well, unlike all the other fathers who are loyal, it's implied in every source that he worships a different master within the Void. We don't know, though, because there are other entities. The Void itself fights. There is Cygnus, who is from the Void, and then there's a Storm Wyvern, who is also from the Void. These, you have to fight the Ceaseless Void itself, Cygnus, which is like a sort of envoy of death or something,
God, that-
and the Stormweaver to be able to fight the Devourer in the end of the map. So yeah, they're all like working together of some sort of separate faction, and they would go on to, you know, he would provide an answer to Yarim. You see, remember how the Wall of Flesh has a limit to how many corpses it can eat? Yeah, this was the answer. Instead of giving the corpses to the Wall of Flesh, give it to the Devourer.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be that the Devourer, notably, when it consumes gods, it doesn't seem to actually consume them.
Oh, so they can still exist and there won't be a power vacuum. It's just they can't do any harm.
Well, I never said he didn't consume them. It's strongly implied that his stomach isn't so much a stomach, more it's like a portal. And
Oh.
they appear to go somewhere else. We don't know where, but the corpses go somewhere, and it should be something very concerning. Yet at this point, I mean, he's working with Yarim, and, you know, the war's rough, and they need a place to put the gods, so
I mean,
fuck
it
it,
works.
send them to the
We'll
Void, I guess.
deal with that problem later, you know?
Yeah, when the war's over. Yeah, that was the idea. Of course, the war never really ended properly, so I mean, yeah.
But the Punisher guy who just left. He just went, wee!
Well, we. But anyway,
Okay.
so we'll get back to that later. Point is, here's a new faction. They're a bit sus. And now we move on to the next section of living long enough to become the villain. This is where the last of the calamities will take the world in the Crusade, and the most numerous war crimes. The worst thing that could happen in the Crusade, and that would truly
I
turn
don't know,
Yarim from a
eating dragons
hero.
is pretty bad.
Well, no. Well, this is where the
I'm
war
on the last
crimes
episode,
become
listener.
every day. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I'm
I'm on
back.
the last episode. I will
Outside-
finish it in a bit.
So at this stage, anyone who would worship the gods was wiped out, imprisoned, tortured, or murdered. The pantheon
you
of
know.
gods was wiped out. And at this point, people went, people were very war fervorous. But a few things happened that made people think that maybe Yarim's not such a good guy, and the cause might not be so just.
Well, you
These
know.
include imprisoning everyone in the dungeon, and then forgetting to feed them, which
Oh,
then
well.
resulted in everyone dying.
Classic blunder,
and
you know.
their angry souls creating a boss in itself called the Poltergeist, where essentially all the unhappy souls would form, creating the creature. This would piss off the Dragon Cult, you know, their dungeon for fuck's sake, and they've now made a giant demon. They've not managed it, and they implore, "Hey, Yarim, you know, clean your shit up. Thanks." He ignores them. As a result, they leave his side. The Dragon Cult no longer side with him at this point. They go back to just doing what they
now
do.
like fuck dragons again.
No. They still support dragons.
no,
Fuck Yarim.
just
Yarim's
not-
like a usurper.
not that guy.
Yeah, not that guy. They threw the Sylvia, the god of life, into the abyss, creating the plant matter and the confusion in the abyss. Calamitas would join the war, incinerating an entire civilization. At some point, the Sky People were annihilated. At some point, the people in the jungle were annihilated. Nearly every god was essentially wiped out, destroying and tainting the land. The sulfuric sea became nothing but acid and destruction. The world was practically destroyed. And we ain't done yet, because we
God.
now move on to the fate of Azafure. What's funny is the city of Ilmaris and Azafure would poetically befall the exact same fate. See, Ilmaris was burned by the Brimstone Witch's hands. While that happened, something stirred below the earth.
Oh.
Remember how I'd mentioned that the city of Azafure was surrounded by a brimstone elemental that was deep as sleep?
I'm gonna assume he
Yeah.
wakey wakies.
It started to wake up.
Wakey
And
wakey and bakey.
people were not so... didn't know how to feel. Some people were terrified because it's never woke up before. Others were excited. They thought it was an omen of the success at war. Others thought this creature would go and support them, having been their patron for so long. Let's just say those who were terrified were right. It would immediately start destroying the city around it and would kill a lot of people. And to make things better, guess who was in the city at the time?
Yarim?
Nope. Who else uses brimstone?
Oh, her.
The Brimstone Witch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Calamitas. And both of them using
Wait,
their
clone
brimstone
or
powers.
actual her?
The actual. No, clone comes way later. The actual version. Yeah, she would fight the elemental, and both of them would use. I mean, if one of them was enough to wipe out an entire civilization, yeah, both of them completely razed the city of Azafure to the ground in their fight. Neither side actually won. The elemental would go back to watching over the city's ruins, which you can now find in only known as the Brimstone Crag, because it is just ruins under the ocean. And the fight was so bad that the caverns became hell. The under the world burned up so much that the rock itself turned to magma, and that's why it looks like hell now. And you have all the demons. The demons are actually just the souls of people of Azafure from the war, like the fight itself. Yeah, it was that bad. Imagine launching
Yikes.
like 50 million nuclear bombs and you're all trapped underground and you launch them underground. Yeah, that sums up pretty much what happened. Crazy shit. Again, their power is rivaling gods, so yeah, pretty bad.
Yikes.
Yeah.
After
There's a
losing
yikes
that,
out of 10.
well, yeah, and after losing both cities, this is what caused Permafrost to abandon Yarim. At this stage, he realized, mate, you are so far gone. You know, because the witch shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have been fighting. This was all against his orders. She should have been in the Arctic with him, right? You know, where he's based, learning her powers. But because she's down there in the city, because
Not learning shit.
well, not only that, but because she's where she's not supposed to be, she wouldn't have been there to start the fight, which meant the entire of the underworld would have become a molten hell. And also finding out about, you know, Ilmaris and using the powers. Yeah, you can imagine he's not happy.
I'd be pissed.
It'd be like your dad finding out that, someone made you a genocidal maniac. Yeah, not very happy at all. So he proposed to
He proposed?
Calamitas.
That.
No. He proposed to Calamitas that he's going to leave. And
Damn,
he
he's
asked
gonna
her
go
to come
get
with
the
him.
milk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna divorce you. I'm taking the kids.
Right, yeah, pretty much, yeah. He was saying he was going to take Calamitas and get her away from here and actually have a life as a child, as she should do, and not as a weapon of war. I mean, you got to think on how many people has she killed now? She's wiped out 2 entire
Quite a
civilizations, and her god knows how many more. Definitely in the millions. And her power makes her mentally vulnerable. Yeah, she's probably not doing very well right now, man. So you can imagine he's really not happy. It's the fact that essentially Permafrost's dad, genes kicked in here. And he offered her to come out, live her days in peace and quiet in a tundra home to research cryogen. But Yarim was not one to let traitors go. And he tasked Calamitas.
She's a traitor. It was
No,
against your will.
not her.
Oh,
him. Yeah,
Frost.
his oldest friend.
Ooh.
And he tasked Calamitas one last time in secret to assassinate her master and his former friend. She was torn what to do. She couldn't stay with Permafrost because Yarim knew where he was, and his demands were to kill him. And knowing how powerful he was, she couldn't say no. But also, she couldn't kill her former master and essentially her father figure. So, torn between the two, she had only one option left, and that was to encase him in permafrost, in a block of ice known as cryogen, to make essentially to hide him away and make Yarim think that permafrost was dead. But in reality, we just locked him away for hundreds of years or whatever.
That's cold.
While she,
I'd still be pissed off. Yeah.
well, yeah. While she, nice. While she ran off with the corpses of her brothers, because this is one thing to know. As I mentioned, they died, but they got names later, didn't they?
Yeah.
They are now resurrected as her minions, and she does not speak fondly of them as to what they become. But when you see her next after this point, she is full on murder mode, right? She's like, wants to burn everything to the ground, stay away from her. This is her piece. She's gone insane, okay?
Yep.
Which was expected. Using that much power and everything that happened, losing a father figure, losing her family, burning down 2 entire civilizations, and running away. Yeah, at this point she's gone. And when you finally fight her, she's just insane. Very much war hungry, and every time you fight her, she's like, come on, or you're like trying to destroy my peace, I'll kill you, and look at all that you've got. You false pretender, you're trying to, pretty much comparing you to Yarim, thinking you are Yarim to her.
She thinks you're him.
Yeah, and wants to kill you in place of him. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up, and that's her story. But it gets even better, because we're not done with the war crimes. Drayden, our mad scientist friend, he's been going mental. It turns out leaving a mad scientist without ethics and is a robot tends to, not use ethics. So, a few of his creations this time started with mining bots, okay. Then it became the mechanical trio, where essentially he would turn the souls of the dead on Yarim's forces into the bosses. The twins, the Prime, and the Destroyer are made of the souls of Yarim's dead soldiers. Pretty bad, right? Well, let's get worse. See, Drayden doesn't give a shit. And he has been setting up like loads of science labs around the world, trying to develop his weapons. And Yarim loved bees. Okay, he loved the queen bee. He saw it as his... Yeah, he saw the queen bee as like a majestic creature. Like
Bees
a product
are majestic.
Exactly, right? And it was one of the few things he was very positive towards in the world that he liked. So imagine his surprise to find out that Drayden had set up a lab in the jungle where the queen bees lived. Drayden was inventing the plague. It's not just any plague, it's a nano plague. Well, the nano plague, how it works is it spreads like a virus. That's its point. but it controls the minds of biological creatures. And the plan is essentially nanovirus, right? That's called the plague. And the thing is, he had an issue with trying to get it to
Kind of like
spread.
cordyceps.
Yeah. And he had an issue with trying to get that shit to spread, right? Most creatures won't spread it. Very hard to do. Until he tested it on a queen bee, which created the plague bearer Goliath, which you can fight.
Plague
and yeah, it
bearer,
worked pretty
hardly
well.
know her. I'll be our week.
Good lord. Well, it worked.
Oh,
It worked.
yeah.
That's the point. Well, here's the thing. Making a mechanical monstrosity filled with plague out of a humble bee wasn't exactly what Yarim had in mind for Drayden's creations. And after he came to visit him, saw his creation, he flipped out, had a massive argument with Drayden, which resulted in punching a hole through his science lab. And then from that point forwards, Drayden was now out of his company. But what else did Drayden make in this time? Well, he made Thanatos, which is using Devourer's plate armor made to be invincible, using vents to destroy essentially part of the world. The Exo 3, which used to rival Calamitas with its power using Exo Prism power cores. The Artemis, which is a giant weapon of destruction. And also Exotech. He was just making like tech that didn't even exist. And then even Miracle Matter, which, by the way, Miracle Matter was theorized by him, but he couldn't perfect it until someone else came along many years later when you finally speak to him. You. Ironically, you create the most powerful matter, which you apparently in the lore you name it Miracle Matter.
Gumi?
Yeah, the player. And it pisses him off because he's like, man, what a shit name. He's like, who gives a fuck? You made it. Because he could never stabilize it. Apparently, the Exotech would cause so much like melting on the components that he used that it would make like a slurry. Now this slurry is like radiation; it would burn through anything. But he could never stabilize it to make an actual usable material, something both flexible and durable to that level of scale of impenetrable. But we did it. It's crazy. It uses
Crazy.
exo resonance. Anyway,
We all three sat in a circle and figured it out.
Yeah, average
real,
Tuesday.
exactly. So
do it
yeah,
all the time.
that sums up Drayden. He would experiment on all sorts of creatures. He wouldn't care. When you do meet him, though, he's not malicious. Like he doesn't like experiment on biologicals because he wants to experiment on biologicals. He's more pragmatic. He's like, right, okay, this queen bee isn't gonna fight me. I'm probably not gonna be in trouble for it. At least that's what he thought. And then it looks like it's a great source for my research. Let's use it. That's his sort of MO. So if he thinks there's no like repercussions for using it or testing on it, he'll do it. His main job is obviously maintaining safety, but he's here for scientific advancement. When we finally meet him, he's given up all the war stuff because he's out now. He's not in the war, and now he's turned his research towards space.
He's now got robot PTSD, you know.
Yeah, he
Robot
doesn't give a
PP.
shit. He's a robot. PP. But now he's focused on space. He's currently like investigating the planetoids, so he's looking at
Oh, well, good for
spacecraft
him,
and
you
going
know.
beyond the stars. That's why we know a bit about mana and the stars being alive and shit. Is because he's been experimenting with space.
Full circle.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, that's him. Now let's move on to the assassination attempt.
Oh, how
So-
lovely.
Considering it's
Yarim
the
has no one.
assassination attempt, it means there were not numerous, which is probably a good sign.
Well, many couldn't get to
Okay,
him.
there
so...
was already an assassination attempt. It's just not an assassination attempt of this guy.
Exactly, yeah. So
It's also not
Yarim
called an
was
assassination
mostly...
attempt if it was successful, because that's just called the assassination.
True. Well, Yarim was now alone, right? Well, at least most of the mortal companions had left. He still had Yaron, who he mostly just used for the front line and in reserve.
I'm Mr. Stretchy. Okay.
Oh, real. And there is also the Devourer. So in other words, he's got one person whispering, eat them all, let me consume them in his ears, and the other one is just, a dragon. It's cool in its own right, but he has no one like on his equal. Like when Permafrost left, that's when the dungeon treatment fell to shit, and that's why it all started to fall apart. So like he lacked mortal companions on his level. I think that's the important part. Like Yaron had become more of a weapon for him, as did the Destroyer rather than friends. And and this would be the time for the assassination attempt to make the move. Two characters in the lore are Status and Braylor. Status and Braylor are unknown, except that Braylor is a Ronin, and he wields an
So
axe.
status is unknown.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
hey,
yeah.
hey, gimme.
Yeah.
Get over here. Oh, no, it's fine.
No.
Get over here. Get over here. I have something to tell you. So, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody clip that.
Nah, I've started that joke. I stole. Someone else did that. Someone else did that personally.
That's
Sorry, I just stole it.
But it's funny when it's even me.
Oh dear. Anyway, Braylor would make his move alongside Status. Braylor was as powerful as Yarim and Yaron, it seems, and Calamitas. He wielded an axe, he was a Ronin, and it was made by the god Sylvia, but we don't know much more than that. And he would actually fight Yarim to a standstill. Status was a ninja from the Onyx clansmen, and it turns out he was the last of his kind, also rivaling Yarim. It was, in the lore, actually only a few months before the start of the game that you play. So this is way after all of everything that's happened towards near the very end recently, and the reason why Yarim was hidden away is because of this attempt. And the only reason why Braylor and Status couldn't kill him is because the Devourer stepped in and consumed both of them. And he assured Yarim that they were killed. However, this is where we know that something ain't right, and this is how we find out that the gods may not be consumed. Because it seems that Status is alive, and he's in the void. And he appears to have been able to strike a bargain with Cygnus, and has shifted his worship to that of the void instead, and is now free. All that we know is that the deal was unknown and bound in blood and betrayal, and we have no idea what came of Braylor. But after the assassination attempt, Yarim would actually seek out Drayden after their argument many years later, and despite their issues, requested him to make armor to protect himself in the future, before vanishing to the area from now onwards to the end of the law. And finally, and on the final, well, not the end of the law per se, but the final section is the beginning. Is when we press play. This is where we step in. Huzzah! Welcome to Calamity. This is everything that happened before. Now I speed up this section because obviously you can play the mod and you know how things go in progression. You fight all the different characters. Here's the current stats for everyone in the world. Permafrost is permafrozen. Yarim's on the area of Yaron. The Dragon Cult are in the dungeon. The Witch is in hiding. Status is unknown but alive. Braylor presumed dead. Ilmaris and Azufia, ruins. Corruption and Crimson stay in the land but are locked away by the wall of flesh in the underworld. The sea is very polluted. And an endless number of creatures and creations around the world. Fun. Welcome to essentially Apocalypse. And you start with your typical guide.
Oh, it's not a yippee.
Welcome to the
Sounds
Apocalypse.
fun to me.
Welcome to Apocalypse does not sound like a sunshine and rainbows moment.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
I'm just saying I've been to hell and just like, you know.
Well, welcome. Anyway, so yeah, and then I'm gonna
I had
speed
to
up
go
real
back?
quick because again, you can just play the mod and you see most of this stuff. You go about getting your stuff, meet some people, meet Drayden. That's way at the end. But you find these Arsenal labs. You find his labs and you find out bits of the lore from here and get his tech. You fight the King Slime. It's really the King Slimes implies to just be a bunch of slimes that create a King Slime. But that's the more than they are, the smarter they get. Head to the desert, fight the Storm Lions to eventually fight the Desert Scourge. Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Fight the Giant Clam, free the Sea King.
I got passed on.
The Sea King's an interesting figure because it turns out this is not mentioned much, but it turns out the Sea King is actually the last king of Ilmaris before it burned, and he comes to join you as an NPC. And now you can find out some stuff that happened, and he does not like the others. Though that being said, nothing really happens if you ever get the other people in his party who, you know, may or may not have been involved in the incineration destruction of the entire city. You would have thought he would, but you know,
I would have at least a passive aggressive comment.
Yeah. Here you fight the Eye of Cthulhu, then Crabulon, Brain of Cthulhu, Eater of Worlds, Perforators. These are all just remnants of the destruction, realistically.
Yes.
You get Aerolite Ore, you can fight the Deerclops and Queen Bee, you fight Skeletron, who is literally just an old man who wandered into the cult's dungeon and became Skeletron.
Which is I,
Then,
Skeletron.
you
That's exactly
go
how
to the
I-
Brimstone Crab, then you fight your first god, Slime God, which gives you Statigeal, which is used to get the first few, ninja stuff. And then the Astral Infection arrives. No one mentioned at the start of the whole thing. Turns out there's an Astral Dash you have to fight. Wonder why it's spreading the infection. That doesn't seem right. Wonder why that is. Anyway, then you fight the Queen Slime to finish off the Slime God. You fight Cryogen, and then it frees Permafrost. Oh, look, there's the Archmage. You find out what happened. Which, by the way, because throughout all this, each god you kill, you get these souls, and the souls are actually essentially Yarin watching you fight them, and it's him reacting and telling you the lore as you go. And he outright says here, "Oh shit, he's essentially, he's alive? I didn't know he was alive. Damn." And then tells what happened to him. Then the Aquatic Scourge, Brimstone Elemental, you're going from there. You end up going to fight the Lizards and the Golem, and then the Plague Bearer, Goliath, Empress of Light, Duke Fishron, Ravager, all these creatures we mentioned before. The Ravager being that rebuild of the God of Necromancy. You fight the Lunatic Cultist, you free the Moon Lord, you fight him, you kill him. I mean, it's a weakened version. Then you fight the Profane Guardians, who we already know. Dragon Folly, Poltergeist, whose souls cry for revenge. Fight any boss in which order you want. And then upon the defeat of the Profane Goddess, she drops something known as the Stone of Kos, which lets you fight those creatures from the void. That's the Stormweaver,
Imagine if you
Devourer.
fought the bosses in lore order.
That'd be, imagine. You'd
Stupid.
fight Yaron first, because he's the last one. Anyway, and then, so, now I've skipped through a lot of that because you can now fight the Devourer gods, which you can't beat. And this is where we get to the actual part that got me into the lore. Yaron, the last dragon. You
Yeah.
have to fight him. At this point, you are an enemy to Yarim, and Yaron decides he's going to stand in your way.
The last dragon, Dex. Do we have to?
Well, if it isn't sad enough, what's known and made this is one love fact that everyone loves about this. The song that plays for Yaron when you fight him in the second phase is actually lore accurate. It's canon. So would you like to hear the lyrics or even the song? If you want to play it, I don't know, either or.
I don't know. I think I want to wait till we play it.
Of course. You won't notice it because you're going to be deep in the shit, to be fair.
Oh,
You're too busy,
never mind.
like,
Then
doing-
read me the lyrics now.
You were like going, stop throwing the fire at me.
Motherfucker! Dex, why did you tell us to play this game?
It's, it's one that you got.
It's gonna be a lot of Dex, why did you do this to us?
So there's two songs, and these are the only songs in the mod pack that have lyrics. The others are just like sounds. This one's called The Roar of the Jungle Dragon. And if I pull up the lyrics real quick, but you can listen to the song as well, and when you realize what it means. There's also in the music, there's something called the Calamity Bells, which is a leitmotif. Essentially, they have church bells that play within the song. Tends to depict death. So yeah. So the lyrics
They're an
are as
omen.
follows. Now, with everything that you know of the lore, I want you all to figure out who's saying what here and what it means, okay? As I read it to you, okay?
I missed a significant chunk, so my knowledge of it all significantly
that
worse.
also requires me to remember names.
No. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's you fighting Yaron, okay? The enemy has ascended beyond your control, or was that all your intention? They have managed to demolish whatever we made, but you're failing to comprehend. If they can, they will easily butcher you whole, while you're blinded by your depression. I have gotten to the point where I'm just too afraid that you're going to meet your end. My screams echo out the fire, and your rival dares stand in my way. Yes, this is a hardship most dire, and one day you will heed what I say. This is the first three verses.
That's them talking to the player, right?
No.
No, I don't.
Because
I
the
don't
next,
understand.
the
'cause
next
now
section
I don't remember
outright,
any of the people.
No, the next section outright tells you what it's saying. This is my message to my master.
Oh.
It's Yaron is singing to Yarim whilst
Yeah.
fighting you. Essentially, what he's saying here is, you, the player, have gotten so powerful now because Yaron's been commenting on your entire fight and everything you've done since the start. So why has he just let this happen? Or was this what you wanted? Or was that your intention?
Did you want to die?
Yeah. They've destroyed everything we've made. You know, they've destroyed the destroyer, they destroyed all the creations, but you're failing to understand. If they can, they will butcher you whole. They will kill you. And you're blinded by your depression. That's important to know. At this point, because of everything that has happened, Yarim is deeply depressed.
I would be too, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
yeah,
not having a
But
great
it's
time.
also your own actions.
That's true.
Well.
And
These are the
and this is where it
consequences
says-
of my own actions.
This is my actions again.
Oh no. And that one day, sorry, this. I've gotten to the point that I'm just too afraid that you're going to meet your end. In other words, what Yaron's saying here is the reason why he's studying to fight you as the player is because he feels like Yaron's just going to let himself die, and he can't let that happen.
Yeah, it would be wrong.
My screams
You'll
echo
kill
out the.
me too, bro.
No, yeah, he says, my screams echo out the fire and your rival there stands my way. In other words, saying, I've tried to fight him, I've tried to scream and scare him off, and he's still standing there. Yes, it's a hardship must die, and one day you'll hear what I say. In other words, yeah, this is a very tough fight, man, and maybe one day you'll wake up from your depression and actually listen to what I'm saying. And then you get to the main chorus, which is the following. This is my message to my master. This is a fight you cannot win. I think that past your great disasters, their victory stirs below your skin. If you proceed, I will not blame you. I will move forth and win your war. But if I should die before you continue, you shall have heard my final dying roar. And yeah, that's the end of the main chorus. Essentially, if you don't know what that means, it's quite obvious. Yeah, shit's fucked. You've done a lot of terrible stuff, and they're gonna win because you're letting them. And if you continue this way, I won't blame you. I will fight in your stead.
Though.
No. He's saying I'll fight in your stead and I'll win. But if I do die before you go on, you've heard my final message. This is my final goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's what the song is. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm skipping ahead to that part there. It's like I'll die too, bro. Bye.
Yeah, so now it does loop itself. I'm going to send you the song for both of you if you want to play it on stream so people know the context. It's fine because it's not an actual.
I wasn't in the middle of a match.
No, after your match. Because it's like it adds so much context. This is playing whilst you're fighting, and you have to go back and be like, oh shit. And people went back at first and thought, oh, is that like the dragon singing to you or scared you? Like, no. The dragon singing to its master. And I said to someone once, I compared it to like, you know, a dog essentially fighting for its friend or its
I'm
master.
gonna cry.
Yeah, you can see why it's tragic now.
Oh yeah,
so,
it was tragic. I just get a lot of details wrong because it's so long. I'm just like a little mixed up.
No, don't blame you.
And I missed half the
foggy.
details, so I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I guess this
So
means,
anyway,
I will have to
story
go watch
time.
the video essay.
The video.
I know. and I end this. I literally had this section saying "ride or die, Aaron, ride or die," and yeah, you do eventually
Ride or
kill him.
die, bro.
Issue is the boss is so hard that you stop caring about like, oh no, this is a tragic. You're more like, just fucking die already.
Just
it's
God.
like, it's like the Sans fight. It's like, why? Just stop sending fire at me.
You fucking wanted to die. Why are you making it so hard?
No, there's a point in the song. He's saying he's not saying he wants to die. He's saying he doesn't want to die, but he's like he expects you're gonna kill him anyway. You're that strong, which is like, man. And apparently I put moments here of saying montage. I'm gonna have montage of fighting the boss with a song back, and it says right, pick up your tears. It's time to make it worse, and that's true. When you kill
at one point you should just have it cut to the middle of the fight, and it's just us all crying.
Yeah.
We're sobbing. We're screaming.
No, I've like No, it's POV one side. POV you listen to lore of yeah. No, it's POV you listen to your lore of Yaron crying audience. POV you fighting Yaron, just someone fucking raging against him.
It's just all of us crying.
Oh, it used to be better in the past because his second phase just kicks in straight away now. But it used to be before they changed it, where you would fight him and he had a different kind of like song that plays, all like combat based and whatnot. And then when he gets him down to like nearly dead, he then enters second phase. His health goes all the way back to full, and then this song starts.
I would
And it was-
start fucking screaming.
Yeah, you can
I
imagine how
would
pissed off people
lose
got.
my goddamn.
They do still have that midsection, but they've just taken away that whole health comes back thing, which is a shame. But
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll wait for your game to end. And you can.
Okay, it just ended.
Yeah,
Right,
I
you
was
can put the
hiding on
song
the roof.
You were hiding on the roof. It was very effective. Okay. But also, yes, Lucifer, I have seen the Winchesters, just not fully. I'm on the last episode.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta find my Discord tab.
Yeah. Now, there's actually two songs for the end of the mod pack, and I think they're very fitting, turning songs and lyrics into the actual lore. Considering that throughout the entire mod pack they've turned like item descriptions and like
It's
little
an
tidbits into lore.
8-minute long song.
You don't have to play the whole thing. You only have to play up until where is it? I think 2:26 because it loops after that point. So I don't know, a bit after. Sorry, there is a bit after where you can there is actually like an audio bit that kind of sells the song. I'll explain after. It'll make more sense when I get there. But yeah, 2:26 for the rest of the lyrics, and then it loops around. It loops at 4 minutes, okay? 4:15. So after that point, you don't have to go any further. 2:23 for end of lyrics if you want to go short. 4:15 if you want to wrap it for the whole thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to. I have to mess with OBS every time I do this.
Okay. You might want to keep it up because there's a second one we'll get to as well.
Oh my god.
I know,
Hold
I
on,
know.
I gotta get to my
Oh,
fucking
very
audio.
fitting. Everything being on fire, considering that it's the fire boss.
Why, of course. So I've changed my screen. Do you like my screen, Dex?
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you. Thank you. I do try. It seems right.
Mm-hmm. We're approaching the chorus.
And I'm preoccupied being confused in menus.
I can't hear you guys. It's so loud.
You can probably hear throughout the song the calamity bells in the background.
Oh wait, I hit one of my toggles and it fucking turned.
Like, it just cuts out.
It just cut forward.
I got buy all the stuff in the battle pass because whatever.
It's so sad. It's such a fucking banger. That was very good. I like it. It's
Best bit about it is-
it's very sad.
It's like a typical boss fight, and you're like, you wouldn't expect nothing of the lyrics, but when you learn the
Yeah.
lore, yeah, you can see how sad it is. it's literally he's just fighting for his friend. He's just fighting for his friend to save his friend's life.
Oh, they're just such good friends.
Anyway, let's make it worse, because after that,
What?
you've got one
Huh?
boss left.
Huh?
Who do you think's left?
Well, her, right?
Calamitas, yeah. Her teacher's gone. She's burned down 2 empires to ash. Her brothers are resurrected minions. She at some point was cloned by Drayden against her will, and she would free that clone. And out of anger, and then the clone would lose its mind because it just couldn't keep up the power. She's committed endless violent acts in the name of the war, and all that's left now is for you to put her out of her misery in the end and bring your adventure to a current end. And we have a song for her as well. And she actually sings. So she sings to you this time. Hold on, I need to find it. Hey, this isn't the
I
one. This is
accidentally hit
Kata.
like all of the buttons
Oop.
on my toggles.
Have you triggered every toggle simultaneously?
Yeah.
I think yeah, is this it? Okay. This one actually has like voice acting in it as well, which is funny.
Okay, I get it. I got myself back to normal.
Just as a quick context, but when you first play it, when she's speaking to you, she's describing her and her brothers essentially, because again, she lost her mind. She still thinks her brothers are around, and she's back to living with them, or something
It's
along those lines.
13 minutes.
Don't listen to the whole thing again. They all just loop because a lot of it is looping. You can listen just to like, well, not as much, but let me just see. I'd say listen to maybe about 2 minute. Okay, go from 0 to 2 minute 30 because it's all like a setup, and then from there skip to about 4:15. Okay, yeah. So from 0 to 2. Yeah, okay. 0 to 2:30, skip to 4:15, and then you can wrap up around 6-ish. Somewhere like,
That's
or maybe 6.
so many things to remember.
Just play till 2:30, and then from there pause and play at 4. That's an easy one to remember. So 2:30, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Only because I'm just skipping out like the rest. I mean, it's
Hold on,
all
I
it's
accidentally
great together.
broke the video.
Oop. Like it is all good. And it. Oh, actually, I think. No, this one doesn't loop. Actually, this is just a whole song. It literally is just a 13 minutes of boss fight.
We could listen to it while we play another match, Quack.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it called? Feel free to play it on
It's,
your end, so
Stained Brutal Calamity. It's really good. It's probably one of the best like opening boss themes. Considering this is like the last boss fight currently, it's very fitting. It
I just realized
sounds...
if I do my live screen, it's not gonna fucking I have to add a new source for my live screen to
Oh.
audio capture it. Hold on. Audio output capture. Okay. Wait, that's not the right thing. I made the wrong thing. I don't want an audio output capture. I'm an idiot. I want... Welcome back to Scuff Streaming.
Real.
I'm your host, Gumi. Here with me today are Dex and Quack.
Hubert.
Hey, you're not supposed to say my full name.
Gumathy.
Ah! I was joking the first time, but then he actually found my real name.
I thought like that would
Gumillionaire.
end up particularly badly because I thought that was like a thing with
What's the
underworld
thing?
sorts.
Hmm?
Oh no, that's more Fae.
True names also
what's this?
work with it's just magical beings in general, honestly. But like
What am I doing here? I was getting
I don't know.
an application audio captured. There we go.
I'm surprised you don't have one ready for videos, to be fair.
Huh?
I'm surprised you don't have one ready for like videos and background, you know.
I don't normally watch videos on stream. Surprisingly, you know, with the amount of content I consume, I don't
What?
watch
YouTube.
videos on stream.
That's fair. I don't really watch many anyway myself, so.
Oh, that's so loud on stream. I'm sorry, chat.
It's actually quite quiet on stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Maybe a bit lower,
A bit lower? Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's good, yeah.
What's this?
Okay.
Oh, that's actually really cute, chibi. Oop.
I can't hear anything you guys are saying, so I'm just gonna hit the start button.
Just
and
play
the
and go,
game.
and just lock in with the music. Just lock in.
I guess a significant chunk of it doesn't count because I was eating.
Pick your hero.
I'm more tired than I thought for what is less than 3 hours of a stream. Well, it's probably around 3 hours because it's 3:37 on the thing. I can't imagine what's gone. That's much longer. Hey,
I am Loki, god of mischief.
with an
and
insta-lock.
king of Asgard.
Wacky Steve.
Not the one healer.
Correction, 3 healers.
I mean, combined, that's like 5 hours, right? Yeah. We've been streaming for a long time.
Oh
I think
yeah, because
soon
my
he'll-
stream died halfway through. Yeah, so that no wonder I'm so tired.
30 seconds before you attack.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Banger.
Your Majesty, splendid empire you have here.
Because I'm getting knackered.
We shall, at least with yours.
Yeah, they got everything in the song. They throw out everything. All the motifs, the guitar, the drums, the orchestral, just fucking everything gets thrown in.
3, 2,
I can't hear what you're saying, but I totally agree with you, Dex.
mission area. Got it?
Time has claimed a lot of good soldiers. I won't let it take any more.
No.
I have many faces.
That's how I'm gonna get extorted out of money. I can't hear them, so they're just gonna say something. I'm gonna go, yeah, I agree. Totally.
This is how Goomy gets cancelled.
I can barely hear Quack over the music. He said that's how Gooby gets cancelled. No.
Now for the lyrics. Almost.
Oh, holy shit.
Owie. Shoot feet did not work well. I really shouldn't shoot Joe and run this, but I like having my model up too much.
Hard for a god.
I should just embrace PNG tutoring at some point.
Our Captain America is not using our team up at all, and it upsets me.
What does your team up to? What just gives them like extra stats?
We fist bump. I literally punch his shield, and if someone's in between us, it can really damage them, and it gives me a little bit of a shield.
That's quite funny. Oh, that's just mean. I can't believe you hate me.
I haven't chosen my land. Beat him! Beat him! He made a bad pun earlier.
I would never. All my puns are brilliant.
Oh god.
That's slightly getting demolished.
The more the merrier.
Okay, well, what if there's another me? And that again. Owie. Alright, now I'm playing burst because the stream reset. People don't think about it when the stream resets. And also owie. Damn, I can't believe for double the price you can have a whole minute of head pads, but you just hate me and thus want like 6 seconds of violence.
Everyone loves a trickster until the trick is played on them.
You
More seconds of violence.
no, you'll pay for your violence with your.
Quack, do you feel safe?
They're small. I got this.
Nope, never mind. I'm back on the other team. Fuck you, Quack.
Really?
I am in fact just a little guy,
Small price to pay.
very smaller.
Older.
So
Oh god, it's another one of those you're not alpha guys. No.
I don't think for Freedom 6969 is.
Rage bait noted.
Yeah, I think he's rage baiting.
Defeat the clenched fist.
I thought I'd be able to get through there. And I could. Did it achieve anything? Not really. I know I had a sound and then nothing happened.
I don't know why the venom keeps only going after me, but it's upsetting.
She's decided that you are rivals. Of a Marvel variety.
I feel like this song could have been quite a bit shorter, but I understand it's a long boss fight.
I mean, it is. Yeah, you've got several stages, and it's a work. I tell you that much.
Even if your ping's like consistently high, as long as it's consistent, it's not a problem.
And I still hear the song perfectly well, and just realized, ow, my headphones are really loud.
So if I want to disappear, I should always shift right click rather than just right click, because they'll just hit me and I'll become visible. Meanwhile, if I shift right click, I can't take damage and then I become visible. We're also kind of trickling in, which is not a good thing to do.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that wall just got blown out. But... Oh no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I just... Yeah, I'm 1 in 6. This do be I'm re-healed on it because I don't want to heal around.
I hate this so much.
We're kind of getting stomped. I believe.
Dex said to just turn on the music and locked in. Dex jinxed it.
Not my feeling locked in.
Stop getting in front of my healing, you enemy venom. I'm trying to heal the friendly. I don't even know who I'm turning into. What does this do? Well, I tried something.
I pushed us into overtime, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I don't know. I don't see my highlight. It's going to be embarrassing. I think I might be out. I've suddenly been hit by a wave of EP.
Hold on. I really can't hear you. Now I'm turning. Okay. What's up?
I've been hit by a
Huh?
massive wave of EP, so I think that might be it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna also. So Dex, wrap it up, my brother.
Oh, give us a minute.
It's a very good song. Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, you kill Calamitas after a long ass fight that's equally like what the fuck, because she has loads of like immortal phases. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, you get towards the end, but there is one last message that we receive, which is from Yarim, and it reads as follows. You now stand at the brink of infinity. The power you have amassed is extraordinary. Valor and deceit, truth and falsehood, loyalty and betrayal, you are beyond these notions. You have rent all asunder as they crossed your path. The very land now bends to your will. Do you not see how the grass parts when you step? How the stars illuminate where you gaze? Terraria itself kneels to you, whether it be out of fear or respect. This is the strength the dragons held, the primordial power they command. Little stands between us now. If you do not seek battle with me, I doubt you would have come so far. When you are prepared, seek the grave of the light at the summit of the Dragon Eyrie. I await your challenge. And now you can also speak to Drayden, and this is where you get to learn about everything that happened, about so on and so forth. But you can also find one more thing in the world. If you go deep into the abyss, at the very bottom, there's a single item inside of a chest. It's called the Terminus. And using it starts something called the Boss Rush, where essentially you have to fight all the bosses you already fought. But the more important thing is, someone speaks to you. Do you know who it is?
Who?
Xerok, the first god. Remember how I mentioned that we do
You
get
mean the
a
first
source?
guy who fucking murderized a dragon?
Yeah.
Fuck that
And
guy.
what's funny is this is the first example of a different source speaking to us, and he implies that the artifact once possessed immense power, but not anymore. He threw it deep to the deepest depths of the ocean, and yet you've got it, with it being nothing more than an old tablet, but decides to test you and uses primordial light to fight you with the boss rush. What we do learn, though, is during the fight is that Xerok and Yaron were once friends in the past, and that Xerok is very old.
My headphones Hello? Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Yep.
My headphones completely disconnected, so all I hear is what you find out, and then everything cut off. I'm like, no, I want to find out.
What we do find out is that Xerok and Yaron were actually once friends, and that Xerok is very old, knew about the Devour, and has strength to rival Yarim. However, even when you beat every boss, even including Calamitas, again with the boss rush, he'll still say at the end that you're still shy of the strength required for his proposal, but he hands you a single stone, and it's simply called rock.
Rock.
It's
Rock.
just a rock. But
He
on
just
the
handed
rock,
you a rock?
yeah, he just hands you a rock.
Pet rock.
Except the rock itself does have an implication for the lore, in that it reads as follows on the item description.
Yeah.
When the battle was finally over, the dust having just begun to settle, when even the stone refused the course of time, there sat a monk who dared to question history and stare into fate. What is the true proof of your past ever eternal? Why must our future haunt us forever? It's not know what that means. And there's a lot more in the mod that was missed over, but that's where everything stands. And this is where I get to the theory bit. Loads of theories. Obviously, the biggest one being where the dragons come from, where's the area come from, where's the world come from, what the fuck is fractured light, fractured world soul. I have a theory. You made a reference way early on about the Ouroboros.
Yeah.
I
Ouroboros.
think the world is stuck in a state of that sort of self-defeating nature. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
You destroyed Yarim's creations.
Mm-hmm.
Yarim destroyed the gods' creations. Now, we took power from Yarim. Yarim took his power from the gods. Gods took their power from the dragons. The dragons took their power from the world soul.
Yeah.
It almost feels like there's something about Xerok that wanted to break something or some sort of cycle or something of the kind that he tried to stop, as implied by the stone. But it's also implied elsewhere that something was said within the chambers, that, you know, the supposedly dead dragon wasn't actually dead, and there must have been some sort of conversation between him and the monk before the monk consumed his soul. This is why I say the source might be too biased, because there's implication from other sources that maybe it wasn't him just... I mean, here's one question. Why did the monk know that killing and consuming the soul would actually make him a god?
Who knows?
There was nothing to say otherwise. But he just does it and it works. It feels like there's something missing here, as to where the dragons get their power and this whole thing and the truth between Yarim and Yarom, and, you know, the monks betrayed the dragons for godhood, but who implied that consume? I mean, wouldn't it be just insane to do so? I mean, it's a dragon, for fuck's sake. Who thought that you become a god out of this? What happens to the area? It's implied that for some reason the dragons don't like staying on the area for some reason. Even when they're getting wiped out, they refuse to stay on the area. Which is supposed to be some sort of like hidden like bastion that only certain people allowed can get in there. Why not just have all the dragons go back there and then not let mortals in? Every time they just kept refusing to go to the area. So there's something about it that just pushed them away. And also another point about Sylvia, you know, the elemental, the god of life. She was curled and thrown in the abyss, and her life is as it creates life. There is a very brief implication, though, that she died twice. I've no idea what that means, but for a god to die twice? And what happened with Braylor, right? Braylor just vanishes. I have a suspicion that Cygnus may have made a deal with Status, where if Status betrayed Braylor, he could come back. I can see that being the case, we explain the lore. But we have no idea about the Guardians for Profane Goddess and the Brothers of Calamitas and how they became slaves. We don't know what Brimstone Elemental's deal is. Leviathan's also just a mystery that just appears. So there's a fair bit in the lore that's still waiting for answers. I mean, where the fuck does the world come from? I have a feeling that the world was created either something that had, you know, the world soul create the world, or the world itself is the world soul. And if stars come alive by mana, what's saying that the planet itself wasn't created by mana? And then the planet became alive, and then the living planet was consumed by the dragons as a fractured world soul, thus creating the Auric souls, thus creating the gods, thus creating Yaren's Crusade, thus creating the player.
Very interesting.
Biggest question is, who are you? Where do you come into all this?
I'm Gumi.
Yeah. Well, why does Gumi become the power of fucking gods without ever consuming
Well,
a soul?
you know, I got a little pissed off, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little angry.
So there's a lot in the lore that you think to yourself, what's going on here? So yeah, in other words, the lore's not yet finished. There's while most of it's there, and you can tell most of the story, there's still these little bits and bobs that are waiting to be discovered. So, you know, who knows? Anyway.
Well, with that, I think I'm gonna end here for today, and I think so is Quack.
Yep.
Thank you so much for yapping at us, Dex. I really enjoyed
You're
it.
welcome. You can see where the video's going to come from now.
Yeah, I'm very excited to play the game with you.
After watching the low dump. Hey, if it gets loads of views and people watch it, we'll get loads of people watching us, zerg out about boss fights and stuff. In reality, what it'll actually be is the lore don't matter. Why is this giant worm attacking me? Die, 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 die.
I'll be like, Dex, you pick what I play. I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Teach me the things, because every time I play Terraria, I just forget everything I'm supposed to do.
It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be right up front. You need the guide for this. Calamity's crazy.
I'll
If
just be like,
Terraria's hard,
Dex,
Calamity's harder.
You tell me what item I'm using, and I'll be like, all right, I am your loyal soldier.
Real. Well, we can
Alright.
get everyone each class type. I mean, there's like 5 class types in Calamity, so
All right,
We'll
I'm
figure
ending.
it out. Yeah. Do you
Because-
want to raid? Do you have an idea for?
I'm Addy.
I don't
You'll
really
have
want to
fun.
raid because that's. I think I'm just gonna end here for today.
Okay,
I always raid, and I think I'm just tired.
that's fair enough. Okay, get some good rest.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, doop. I don't remember going. It'd be awkward to raid something that much bigger with like. Handful of goobers. Right. I feel weird about it. I hate the league, but I guess I had to catch you.